Good morning to you. Welcome to Fugu Wednesday. It's a bright Wednesday morning. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Thank you so much for choosing us. And of course, thank you in advance for deciding to stay with us throughout the entire program. We're here till 11 and we have some amazing stuff for you on the show. We're going to go into very insightful, interesting conversations here on the show. Later on, we have a live coverage of the 3I Summit also coming up on the show. So do stay with us. I'll start off and then Philip Nilate and Chris Carter will take over from me. But as you already know, the show is interactive, so send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. Let us know what you think about the various subjects or topics that will be discussed on the show and what perspectives or submissions you have regarding same. So once again, you're welcome. Before we set sail, though, let us say thank you to everyone that showed up for the family consecration service. We want to say thank you, first of all, to God Almighty for engracing us, giving us the strength, and of course, blessing us with the gift of life to be able to congregate, to assemble, to gather as a family, and to pray, lift up prayer unto Him. It was a glorious day before our Lord and Maker, and we want to say thank you to everyone that showed up for the family consecration service. Absolutely, absolutely fantastic event it was. You guys turned up in your numbers, and we appreciate you so much. We also want to say thank you to the pastoral team led by the Bishop of the Airwaves, Reverend Stephen Yenusom Wengam. We had Reverend Mauli Chikata, Reverend Mauli Benson, Reverend Nelson Awintia. We had Reverend Michael Nuagbewonu, Reverend Freddie McDavis. Fantastic pastoral team. They took us all the way through the seasons of prayer in the month of April, and then we climaxed the whole thing on May 1, that was last Friday, at the family consecration service, and it was a glorious event indeed. I want to say thank you to everyone, all our patrons, all Christians that gathered and assembled with us, and of course to the Royal House Chapel for giving us the oil dome of the chapel to hold the family consecration service. Thank you all so much, and I will look forward to more testimonies, more miracles, and of course the blessings bestowed upon us by God Almighty. Thank you and thank you. All right, that said, we have the Blanksons happening on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. right here on Channel 1 Television. It is a family drama series that captures the story of an everyday Ghanaian family and how they live, how they play, how they fight, how they, do all the kokonsa and everything, and the occasional visitors who step out into the house with their own bag of drama and unpack same, unleash same on the family. So tune in every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. for the Blanksons here on Channel 1 Television. And please do remember that if for one reason or the other you're unable to tune in on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., we've made available repeat slots for you. And so we ask that you can catch the repeat on Tuesdays at 3 p.m., Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m., Fridays at 11:30 a.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m., Sundays at 4:30 p.m. So today is Wednesday, so the repeat is at 5:30 p.m., 5:30 p.m. today. You want to catch the Blanksons on Channel 1 TV. It is a Channel 1 TV original, a Channel 1 TV production, and yeah, it's as good as it gets. You understand? Every single episode, every single move, every single conversation, every single plot and its twist, every plan, the drama, the suspense. Ooh, it's just beautiful. So the Blanksons shows every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV. And like I said, repeat slots throughout the week, except only on Mondays. So today being Wednesday, tune in at 5:30 p.m. for the Blanksons. But on Tuesdays at 3 p.m., Fridays 11:30 a.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m., and Sundays at 4:30 p.m. Big shouts to NASCO Electronics. Big shouts to Lizzie Shator. Shouts to Out Multi-Purpose Insecticide Spray. And of course, shouts to Everpack for, holding us down, having our backs, so we're able to show you the Blanksons here on Channel 1 TV. It's an amazing family drama series that you don't want to miss. So tune in every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Now we're in the month of May, and May is like a family month. And in that month, you get to celebrate your mother, that woman that stood out for you in different spheres of your life, different phases of your life. That one pillar that stood tall, held your hand, helped you walk. And in fact, started from crawling. So you were nestled in the womb, nestled in the arms, you little suckling who sucked on your mama's breast until you became a full-grown baby. Worried, disturbed, your mama, but she never gave up on you. She stayed with you throughout. She made sacrifices for you. It's time for you to celebrate her. And 97.3 City FM is bringing you an episode with Mama. An episode with Mama. I can imagine a stubborn child like Dede and how much she troubled her mother growing up. One day we should have a conversation with Miss Davies and find out what type of child Dede was. As for Helen Grace there, I think the grace added to her name, Helen, has covered her. So, yeah, I think she was a good child. I think, I only think, I don't know, I only think. She probably was a good child, but yeah. Because minus the grace, that would have been Helen of Troy, and that would have been, but it's all good. So, especially the day and Helen, you need to celebrate your mama this May. So, Mother's Day is just around the corner. We're inviting you to send us messages on 0539 986 996. 0539 986 996. All right? And it's simple, okay? Send this message via WhatsApp. Tell us what your mama chose to forgive. Okay, what she chose to forgive, basically overlook some of the things that she did. That one thing that she did that has made an impact in your life till today, all right? And then, of course, you can chip in the sacrifices that she made for you as a child that has, of course, buttressed you to the point where you are today. Send this message via WhatsApp, via the number 0539 986 996. 0539 986 996. And of course, don't forget the hashtag on socials, an episode with Mama. Together, we'll help celebrate your mother. All right. An episode with Mama is powered by 97.3 City FM, and it's sponsored by GTP, Lifestyled, and supported by Tekura, and of course, Channel 1 Television. So send in your text and send it now. All right, we're receiving entries already. I'm sure you must have heard on radio 97.3 City FM, some being read out already. So send yours now. Don't be late. You understand? All right. Now, while at it, you can tune in to Channel 1 TV every Friday at 3 p.m. for the only show that encompasses everything related to the greatest sport on earth, football. And this time, I'm talking about the World Cup. We're bringing you World Cup Central right here on Channel 1 TV. It's hosted by Gabi Ofair, and it brings you all the stats, the statistics behind the teams, the players. I tell you what, every single number on the back of every jersey has a story. Every player that adorns a national team colors to represent the country at the world stage has a journey. And World Cup Central is that only show that brings you the story, the journey, so that you don't just watch the game, you understand the game, you live the game. So join us every Friday at 3 p.m. here on Channel 1 Television for World Cup Central. Gabi Ofair is your host. You have Jude Duncan in the corner there doing his own analysis, bringing you some data regarding the various teams, when first they went to the World Cup, how many times they've been to the World Cup, what their best performance at the World Cup was. And all that data is very comprehensive, and it's all tailored to help you enjoy the beautiful game of football at the world stage. So join us on World Cup Central at 3 p.m. every Friday. Gavi Ofair will sit, and he will have some wonderful guests, some professionals in the game, and of course, people who have committed and dedicated themselves to the sport. They will be here sitting with Gabi Ofair on World Cup Central every Friday at 3 p.m. live on Channel 1 TV. But of course, you can catch some snippets on our socials as well. Don't forget, the hashtag, as always, is World Cup Central. Alrighty. Let's go to the Google Play Store now. Let's go download the Channel One News Online app so we can have access to the news. The news is relevant because you need to know what is happening. Okay, when they throw the figures at you, BOG 15 points, whatever billion losses, what does it mean? Go online, download the Channel One News Online app. You get the details there. We have some explainers on there that tell you what really the losses mean, where the losses were incurred, and other stories surrounding same, and of course, other issues that concern you and I. So go and download the Channel One News Online app from the Google Play Store, install same on your device, and you have access to the news as easy as it is said. That's why it's not easier said than done. It's as easy as it is said. Just download the app and you have all the news. No qualms, no wahala. Interface, user-friendly, quite simple to navigate. No challenges at all. All right, let's get into the newspapers. Let's run by you the various headlines making the dailies this morning. So I'll start off with the Daily Graphic newspaper. Comes with a picture of Her Excellency, the Vice President of Ghana, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, and in interaction with Obobia Dako Opoku. She's the administrator of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, what you call Mahama Cares, and the Health Minister, Kwamna Minta Akando. Yeah, the president calls him Akola Nyame. The story says Mahama Cares begins next month, focuses on cancer treatment. That's attributed to the administrator in the person of Obobia Dako Opoku. All right. Junior Graphic launches 2026 essay contest. Inherited legal system not fit for purpose. That's according to Ansa Asari. And then there's a special supplement on the King, Otumfuo Osei Tutu II's 76th birthday, right here inside the Daily Graphic newspaper. Let me take you to the back page. Back page says, President inaugurates Krobo Divisional Police Headquarters. President inaugurates Krobo Divisional Police Headquarters. President inaugurates Krobo Divisional Police Headquarters. And then you have Kolebu introduces new services. Kolebu introduces new services. All of that in the Daily Graphic newspaper. So go grab a copy and you can get the details thereof. All right, next stop, Ghanaian Times. Ghanaian Times, front page. Illegal structures demolished at Sakumo Ramsar site. Exercise targets encroachment, restores waterways ahead of rainy season. So the Greater Accra Regional Minister, together with the RECSEC, Forestry Commission, and the Tema West Municipal Assembly, have, if you like, commenced a 3-day demolition exercise. And this time they are going to the golf course area of the Sakumo Ramsar site. Okay. Other stories on the front page. AG withdraws charges against former NAFCO CEO and wife. Suspects rearrested. Then you have Vice President demands transparency in Mahama Care's rollout. World Bank launches Fit to Prosper Health Initiative in Accra. Back page says, Northern Region, MMDAs receive 650 laptops to support 1 million coders program. Northern Region, MMDAs receive 650 laptops to support 1 million coders program. EU marks 50 years of ties with Ghana and unveils renewed cooperation agenda. So that's the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Next, we'll go to the Daily Guide. The Daily Guide is also here. Front page says, Buffer Stock Trial. AG drops charges against Hanan and wife. But then the update is that they've been rearrested. So it gives you the indication that fresh charges will be preferred against them. All right. Mahama petitioned over judge misconduct. Edubwahin's lawyers examine documents at AG's office. Charlie, these things, man. Man kills pal over 20 cedis. Man kills pal over 20 cedis. May his soul rest in peace. See, it's people need to be careful, because there's the story of a supposed military man, supposed or alleged military man who has also killed, and And the fact that you kill a man and his wife, pregnant wife, in the company of their 3-year-old child. The heart of man is desperately wicked, but we pray for grace and protection. Anyway, still on the front page of the Daily Guide, Afenyo Markin attends ECOWAS Parliament. Afenyo Markin attends ECOWAS Parliament. So yeah, that's the Daily Guide newspaper for today. Let's go to the Chronicle. Chronicle says, police choppers now flying coffins. COP Bright Odro retired, calls for probe into acquisitions. Police choppers now flying coffins in quote. COP Bright Odro retired, calls for probe into acquisitions. BOG losses saved businesses from collapse. That's according to the majority in Parliament. Goldfields makes compelling case for Takwa mine lease extension. And our scripture for today is from Genesis 6:12. God looked on the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way upon the earth. God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way upon the earth. May the good Lord add his blessings to the reading of his word. The news center is here. CD printing cost falls from 1 billion CDs in 2024 to 471 million CDs in 2025, but other currency expenses surged from 14.6 million CDs to 183 million CDs. 14.6 million CDs to 183 million CDs. Wow. Catholic bishops slam festival nudity, demand probe. Okay. Prempag and GJA hail Ghana's rise to 39th on Press Freedom Index. Prempag and GJA hail Ghana's rise to 39th on Press Freedom Index. And then you have MMFL and MTN Ghana champion fintech at 3i Africa Summit 2026. So MMFL is the Mobile Money Fintech Limited, and MTN Ghana champion fintech at 3i Africa Summit 2026. Like I said, be on the lookout for that summit right here on Channel 1 Television. The Herald is where I'm going next. Mahama's executive secretary roars at ambitious appointees to step aside or stay focused. Mahama's executive secretary roars at ambitious appointees to step aside or stay focused. Fumbling AG resets buffer stock trial. CDS visits troops on $1.7 billion Accra-Kumasi Expressway corridor. Get Fund initiative secures 2.25 million CDs Joburg boost for Volta School. Angry workers accuse NMC of inaction on GBC boss. Okay, so that's the Herald. The Custodian says, Amin Adam petitions IMF on BOG, flags hidden fiscal risk, rising cost, and debt burden. Wache Jacko rallies MPP grassroots for victory 2028. BOG made losses to ensure economic stability. That's according to the NDC majority. Catholic bishops slam Accra nudity, demand probe, and police service interdicts 5 personnel. So that's the Custodian newspaper. Let's go to the Ghanaian Publisher. PAC chair demands BOG recap deal disclosure. Buffer stock trial, former CEO and wife discharged. Wontumi versus Republic. AG submits no documents, case still proceeds. Roads Minister fumes at Maripoma, deliver 20% or lose contract. Majority defends BOG loss as stabilization cost. So that's the Ghanaian Publisher. Let's now turn our attention to the New Publisher. The New Publisher says, Kente and fire at ECOWAS market. Afenyo Markin slams xenophobia, mourns killing of tomato traders. MP reports BOG to IMF, fires petition over massive losses. Horror. In this video, I saw it and I couldn't understand why a man born of a woman would do this to a child. Dad ties 6-year-old stepson to moving quad bike and drags his body on the streets of Accra. Dad ties 6-year-old stepson. Dad ties 6-year-old stepson to moving quad bike and drags his body on the streets of Accra. Hey, are we okay? Eating dog head does not stop broken hearts. ICS once. Eating dog head does not stop broken heart. ICS once. So I'll go and grab a copy of the new publisher and get the details, man. Interesting times ahead. Interesting times ahead. Alleged judicial misconduct. Removed Domahene as appeal court judge. Mahama petitioned. DNA results reveal twins with different fathers. Ayeka. DNA results reveal twins with different fathers. Ajitao. Kingsley Ajaman reports to BNI over scholarship investigations. Nat calls for probe into alleged military assault on teachers in Takwa. Wejakbawi residents protest closure of completed children's hospital. Negative equity does not equate to insolvency. Majority caucus to minority. All right, let's do the BNFT. EU touts balanced trade model as economy grapples with China deficit. GHA seeks reforms to strengthen hotel industry. STC online booking outage stretches into months. Passengers seek clarity. Oh, STC. Bank of Africa Group CEO pays working visit. AI and the question of power. Is BOG paying a rising price to neutralize liquidity? And Agugomang Hene passes on after 51 years of reign. May his soul rest in peace. Let me take you online real quick, real snappy, bring you some stories from various web portals. Let's see what's happening on channel1newsonline.com. channel1newsonline.com. Okay. Ghana's economic gains rest on fragile foundations. EU warns. Ghana's economic gains rest on fragile foundations. CD remains Ghana's only legal tender. That's according to the BOG. Kolebu leadership too conflicted, that's in quotes, to resolve lab dispute. Allied health professionals speak. Faulty traffic lights on Banyard Pokwasi stretch, a danger to lives. That's the Anyasu Utum MP. Central Region, PAC refers 3 senior high schools to AG over procurement breaches. Goldfields seeks 20-year lease extension for Takwa Mine. Kolebu standoff, lab workers to strike May 12 over removal of department head. DACF, that's the District Assembly's Common Fund, commits 20% of funds to complete stalled legacy projects. Wager residents protest delayed operationalization of Children's Hospital. Former NAFCO boss and wife rearrested after charges withdrawn. BOG's negative equity does not mean insolvency. That's the majority. NAFCO, 200 million CDs for grain purchases still not released. Central banks not profit maximizing institutions. That's according to the majority in Parliament. All right, let's go to City Newsroom, citynewsroom.com. citynewsroom.com. Misprocurement behind delay in Wager Pediatric Hospital opening. That's according to the Ministry of Health. All right. Greater Accra Minister apologizes over Northern posting remarks. SA xenophobic attacks. Ghanaian in viral assault video evacuated. District Assembly's Common Fund. Nearly 8 billion cedis worth of projects unfinished across Ghana. And you have BOG. We are policy solvent. Operations not at risk. Despite 15.6 billion loss. Yeah. And then BOG against switching auditors part of good corporate governance. PDS scandal, more arrests needed. That's according to Benjamin Isian. No money printing in 2025, BOG clarifies. And again, BOG says price stability are primary objective. And then Kolebu Lab dispute, parties agree 1 week truce. All right, this is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. Let's say happy birthday to Sylvia Efua Krakow. Long life and prosperity. And this one is coming from the $1 billion ladies. They say they wish you all the best today, and may the good Lord continue to bless you. So Sylvia, it's your birthday. The $1 billion ladies say happy birthday to you. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Wow. Fe.
That's not true, Uncle Atu. My dad loved school.
For where?
He was always studying. In fact, he was called Emeritus Etikesie. His head was big for a reason. And Uncle Atu, he was basically like a walking encyclopedia.
Encyclo what?
How can I keep wasting money on you like this? Huh? All the money I've wasted on your education, if I had saved it, I would have been a titled man in this country. You are blockheaded. You are not from me. And you, let me tell you, I have to. Don't feed him. Don't feed him. You just keep feeding him. Now his mind is marinated in chicken feed. Look at you. And if the tenth of what you had eaten, you had given to your sister, she would have been bigger than this. What do you take me for? Where do you think I get the money from? I pluck it from the trees or I pick me from some river? Am I a fisherman? Do I swim for money? What the heck is wrong with you? Tell me!
The Blanksons airs every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and is sponsored by Out Insecticide, Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shito, and Everpack on Channel 1 TV.
The vibe is too much.
What do you call the song you sing to make babies sleep?
We have many songs like Baby Careful in Gomamiete.
Because, hey! I know!
Ete Lai Mine Shinhabu Eshimapa.
What the?
Amiekoma ye Habu Foy.
Okay, foi. A foi.
Tu bami dada malapama. Dada malapama, awude devinya, banu bu.
What do you call the song you sing to make babies sleep?
Is it gospel or what?
Pull up, just pull up.
So when you sing a gospel song to a child, it will make them sleep. Okay, let's take it again. What do you call the song you sing to make babies sleep?
Maybe cool song.
You say?
Cool song.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello there. Thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're going into the news review segment where we get to have a conversation on some topical issues. Our guest will bring varying perspectives, different submissions. We invite you to do same. Let us know what you think about the subjects as well as the submissions that will be made regarding same. Send us a text via the WhatsApp number on your screen. Alternatively, go on our socials. We're streaming live on Facebook as well as YouTube. You can drop a comment there. We're very active and engaging on X as well as Instagram. And then we have some exclusive video content for you on Channel 1 Television's TikTok page. So go follow, go subscribe, go like and share and engage the post as well. We have a number of stories to unpack this morning, but of course, you know that the BOG and its report or its financial statement for 2025 will feature prominently here. The majority in Parliament held a press conference yesterday, and this is one of the headlines from that press conference. Akufo-Addo's government failed to deliver stability despite BOG losses, and it's attributed to the majority. And I'm reading from citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com, story by Ni Ayikwe Okain. The majority in Parliament has criticized the Akufo-Addo administration for what it describes as its failure to achieve macroeconomic stability, despite the Bank of Ghana recording cumulative losses of over 80 billion cedis between 2022 and 2024. Now, speaking to journalists, the chairman of Parliament's Economy and Development Committee and member of Parliament for Amenfi West, Eric Affo, outlined the economic conditions that, in his view, explain the Bank of Ghana's 15.6 billion cedi loss recorded in 2025. Now, according to him, the substantial operational losses during the period did not translate into stronger economic fundamentals as inflation remained elevated, the cedi continued to depreciate, and international reserves were only sufficient to cover about 4 months of imports. All right, so that's the majority's position on the matter. Meanwhile, the minority is of the view that the losses are in the region of 44 billion and not 15.6 as reported by the Bank of Ghana. All right, so quickly, let me say good morning to Engineer Michael Kosi Dede. He is here seated, regular on the show. Engineer, good morning. Good to have you. Always a pleasure. And Hamza Suhini of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, is joining us, as well as Miracles. Dennis Miracles Abwaje is also here joining us on the show. So, yeah, we'll get into the conversation on this matter of the BOG's financial statement, the reported losses, and the various positions that have been espoused regarding same. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning. It's always exciting to be on the show.
The weather this morning, I don't know. I think it's a very good weather. Anyway, it depends on where you live in Accra.
Very well.
You see, you should ask why he said it's a good weather.
Well, he is from the mountain area, so he enjoys similar weather.
Yes. Is that the only motivation?
He has other motivation.
Is that the only motivation?
Is there any other?
You don't know him.
Well, he's a farmer as well, so maybe it's good for
the tomatoes and especially the
onions. You are doing PR for him this morning.
No, the fact.
Anyways, welcome. Let's get into it. Engineer, I'm sure you've read or heard about the BOG's financial statement. BOG reports a loss of 15.6 billion cedis, but from all they have said so far, it's a bitter pill to swallow, but a necessary evil to ensure some stability and keep inflation down. Your thoughts?
Yesterday I happened to see a statement, I think dated 1st May, that the bank itself released to explain the losses that had occurred. And it talks about the operational loss about 15 points. In the very first paragraph, it talks about the losses. And then in the second paragraph, it goes on to explain the benefit of the losses to Ghana as a nation. So clearly the bank is seeking to explain why the losses, but also stating that it was good for the nation, or it was a necessary evil that they had to endure.
Yeah.
But when you are a business, or if you are an organization and you incur operational losses, what those translate to mean is that you are looking at your salaries, you are looking at, because what's the business of Bank of Ghana? It's printing money as a regulator as well. So what are the core things it does? It has to pay salaries, those are the operational issues. It has to print money, it has to pay, possibly buy hire consultants to do certain things for it. Now, when clearly such operational losses are beyond your gross income, then we have a problem. And it is no secret that over the years, I mean, let's take a 20-year gap and ask ourselves, how many times has Bank of Ghana advertised for employment in this country? What the political parties have turned the Bank of Ghana into is a place to satisfy political functionaries. So whenever they come into power, they just send people, they employ these people. And I hear that with the recent building of a new office, they just said, oh, there's more space, so let's hire people. So clearly, some of these operational losses are things that can be controlled, but we are not making any effort to control them. I mean, we all heard about the brouhaha when the new government came into power. Oh, more people have been employed, and we need to get them out. They were not employed through the regular system. And what is the regular system? There must be an advert in the public space.
Yeah.
So let's ask ourselves, over the last 20 years, how many adverts have we seen from the Bank of Ghana asking for people to submit applications? These are the real things facing. So in as much as the Bank of Ghana may seek to explain away its operational losses, there are fundamental issues about fairness and things that need to be done properly, which are not being done. In the banking crisis, for instance, as a regulator, how many people were held accountable for the banking losses within the Bank of Ghana itself? Ordinary citizens have been made to bear the loss, bear the pain of that loss. And yet the people who we pay salaries to in the Bank of Ghana to regulate banking operations and activities in this country have gone free. So for me, we as Ghanaians need to look at all of this and begin to ask serious questions. That all government institutions or state institutions have been politicized to the point where no one is held accountable for anything. So the bank has the effrontery to explain away its losses and to justify it away and said, look, when it happened under the previous government, we all said, no, it was unacceptable. And that is why you hear the majority now coming to make a president, but it didn't result in inflation, control of inflation, it didn't do this, it didn't do that. Yes, but they will also tell you that, why? We were doing it because of the DDP, because we had to clear certain banks that were unsustainable within the system. And that is why we incurred those laws. Can they be justified in that explanation? So again, let's be mindful about the things we put out and expect the public to accept when it is somebody else, but when it is somebody else, we shouldn't accept it.
But you'd agree that the BOG has a mandate to ensure stability. They can do, they have forex to control, they have inflation to control, and just as you mentioned, there was a debt, the DDEP, that they are still paying, the legacy debts.
Yes, so it has but is it sustainable? You see, when you say you want to control inflation, there are fundamental issues. There's also the financial part, which you deal with, but there's also the issue of productivity within the country.
Yeah.
How much are we producing? Let's look at the productive sectors, agric, manufacturing, all those things. Are they improving?
So you don't deal with the demand end only. You need to look at the supply
end. You need to look
well.
at the holistic. So simply saying you do this, the question is it sustainable? For how long can the bank continue to control inflation? You understand? And when you go and buy gold at a price where it was higher than even the spot sale, why wouldn't you incur losses? You understand? In a bid to buy gold on behalf of the gold board. These are some of the activities the bank...
BOG buys gold through the gold board.
Exactly.
So the gold board is the intermediary. But however, the challenge has to do with the rates.
Exactly.
Exchange rate differentials.
So these are the things that happened. So we need to look at all this and say, are we doing good by the people of Ghana? So for me, in as much as he's trying to explain the losses are we, I think that there are fundamental issues underlining the loss which we are not dealing with. The employment of people in the Bank of Ghana. How many people do we really need to operate in the Bank of Ghana? And are those people being employed on merit basis?
Right.
Or simply by political parties pushing people into the Bank of Ghana to work there? We need to look at all this in addressing this thing, because other than that, because they are political functionaries or people we are pushing there, we are unable to deal with them even when their regulatory role is not being performed properly. And for me, that is the worrying thing.
Very well. Hamza, this issue of BOG losses, the minority insists that the losses are actually within a region of 44 billion and not the 15.6 being reported by the BOG. They actually say that the BOG is insolvent as at now, but the BOG also has a defense insisting that, well, negative equity does not mean it is insolvent. Your thoughts on this?
Good morning to you once again, our production team, as well as our charity viewers out there. I just noticed this morning that I'm about to lose my voice. Maybe I've been speaking too much.
Charlie, you go explain that.
And also,
you go explain that.
Also, it's beginning to have a toll on me, health-wise. So, but I didn't want to disappoint you all.
You want to travel again?
No. I'll be around. You see, Nana, so forgive my voice.
Sure.
First of all, I listened to the press conference of the minority that was presented by the Honorable Kojo Nkrumah. And like I always say, these are the discussions that are intended to further strengthen our democratic principles and also our practice as a people. And so in principle, I think that it is only proper for us to commend the NPP's minority in parliament for seeking to bring the issues up for further discussion and clarity. At the end of the day, it is the Ghanaian people who will benefit from it. But it doesn't also mean that in our furtherance of democratic accountability and principles, we should countenance any form of content that has been churned out by democratic actors, and in this particular regard, the NPP for that matter. And I say so because, you see, I realized a deliberate attempt on the part of the NPP to confuse the issues and to seek to create an impression that what is happening now is similar to what happened under them, for which the NDC had issues. And that distinction is critical for us to make, Nana. In principle, we don't disagree that central banks are mandated to be bedrocks in terms of economic recovery. We don't disagree. I think our point of departure with the NPP, especially in 2022, when they released the 2022 report, somewhere June 2023, of the Bank of Ghana, where the negative equity was first reported, in excess of about 48 billion. Our issue was not targeted at the economic recovery agenda of the NPP. The argument we're making was simply to the effect that that loss had nothing to do with economic recovery agenda. It was the consequence of reckless economic management in the 2 years preceding, in fact, the 4-5 years preceding the 2022 figures. And remember that even prior to 2020 and COVID, we raised issues about the unbridled borrowing of the government and its repercussions on inflation and our exchange stability. They did not listen. When the effects of that reckless management began showing, they blamed it on COVID and Ukraine war. But remember that even the IMF country rep, Laporte, Mr. Laporte had indicated that before COVID and Ukraine, the economy had shown serious signs of crisis because of the management of the economy by the Dr. Baumel-led economic management team. So these were the facts. So they had nothing, there was no way they could control what happened in 2022. That is why if you need to understand the 2022 report that was released in 2023 and the cost incurred and the negative equity that finally came, you would realize that the 2020 report, 2022 report that was released in 2023 left us an inflationary rate of 54% after all that expenditure. I hear them say, oh, no, it was 23. No. Because though the report was released in 2023, it was speaking to performance of 2022. So if you spent that much and lost that much, and it did not reflect in an inflationary target that you had in mind, then clearly that was a wasteful cost. And these were the concerns we raised. And same with the exchange rate. Remember, then it moved from less than 4 cities under Mahama to about 17. And these are the figures. Now, what is the situation before us? We have a central bank that has indicated that the cost of economic recovery can be enormous. And they have justified that cost. So if you look at the 4 drivers of the cost that the Bank of Ghana had to endure in 2025 to ensure stable prices and also inflationary rate that is down and stable exchange rates. You will need to look at those 4 figures, the 4 factors. And the first driver, and I was hoping that my senior colleague would have done so, Because the first driver had to do with the domestic debt exchange program. That contributed in excess of 13 billion. That is not the legacy of this current Bank of Ghana leadership. It is a legacy that we have inherited. And so it will reflect in our books. Secondly, the second component had to do with what? Open market operations. That is also in the region of about 16.7 billion or so. And you need to understand that for us to be able to attain that stable inflationary figure and exchange rate stability, there was a need for us to mop up excess liquidity. And the way to mop up that excess liquidity is to give incentives so that people would want to bring their monies and deposit. And the consequential effect will be on inflation. I've heard my senior comrade say that it is don't concentrate on inflation alone. This government is not concentrating on inflation alone, and that what is the sustainability. But any first year student of economics knows that even before you go to production, you must lay a positive foundation reflected in inflation and cedi stability. Or what's the name? Currency stability. Because if you do not control inflation, even production suffers. And that is the reason why the first step, we have been in power for just 1 year, 4 months. That's why we have said that the first step is to get our economic fundamentals right. So when you reset those fundamentals to such a point that it can support productivity, then you roll productivity measures out. And that's what we are doing. Again, the third component of the cost implications on the books of Bank of Ghana has to do with what we call the other comprehensive income, OCI. And if you look at the OCI, this is not money that this government or the central bank recklessly mismanaged. It is simply because if you look at our foreign reserves, because the cedi was beginning to appreciate because of the policy interventions by government, if you had 100 Ghana cedis as part of your reserve, that was giving you 14, that the exchange rate was maybe 14.7. You would have had it about 1,470. But because the cedi has appreciated, and maybe 100 cedis now will give you 1,000 Ghana cedis. If you convert your $100 that is in the reserve and translate it into Ghana, you get 1,000 Ghana. You would have lost 470 Ghana. So that is what we call paper loss, classical paper loss. Because our cedi had gained strength in excess of about 40%. And that is something that we ought to commend. And these are the cost implications of such a recovery journey. And the last one, of course, gold. And the bank gold for reserve program. And like we have indicated, because of the exchange rate differentials between Bank of Ghana and the actual exchange rates in the market, in excess of about 9 billion was lost. What are the lessons that are learned going forward to prevent such future losses, especially when it comes to the gold for reserve program? Government acted proactively and implemented what we call the GANRA program, Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Policy Program, intended to now move the cost implications of the bank gold for reserve program from the balance sheet of Bank of Ghana to that of Ministry of Finance. So next year, the negative equity position of Bank of Ghana will definitely lessen. Again, when it comes to OCI, other comprehensive income, we do not anticipate a depreciation because the cedi in a way has stabilized. So that one too would not worsen. Then open market operations, we are done. The cost component of that has been achieved. So clearly, this is a central bank living up to its mandate that has absorbed the cost, the loss that we were all subjected to as a people. And I've heard,
if you say that you're done with the open market operations, does it mean that the pace or the aggressive nature at which we're doing inflation targeting will slow down going forward?
No, but you don't need deflation. So where we are, if we are doing 3% we would be glad to do 1.2 or 1.4% and stay there. But the point I'm making that is that the cost implications will come down. And you see, permit me to read this. When I say that any attempt to compare the 2022, what happened, the cost implications, to that of the what is happening now is rooted in fact. This is the Bank of Ghana's own release on the 9th of August 2023, after they released the financials of 2022 under Ken Ofori-Atta. And listen to what the Bank of Ghana said for a minute. Sure. Nana, it is important to put the Bank of Ghana's 2022 financial results in proper context, with a clear statement of the problem that Ghana faced and the chronology of events in Ghana since 2019. There was a clear mismatch between revenue inflows and expenditure financed in 2020 by exceptional support from the IMF and World Bank resources. And in addition to financing from the Bank of Ghana through the issuance of 10 billion COVID loans. As a result, sovereign spreads on Ghana bonds widened, signaling investor dissatisfaction with the stance of fiscal policy. So that clear, even that is an official release from the Bank of Ghana. That raised issues in terms of how the fiscal side was handled. Under Ken Ofori-Atta, and of course, with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, my brother's boss as chairman of the economic management team. This was their own Bank of Ghana. And you don't have a similar trend today. You see, in comparative economic analysis, these things are key, not because you want to score political goals, but simply because you want to contextualize effects of economic policies. And that is why it is important for us to do this exercise. I've heard their lead spokesperson on the economy, Dr. Gideon Boako, on his Facebook wall, also raise issue with the amendment to the cash reserve ratio, that the dynamic cash reserve ratio that they introduced. And that the cause of the losses can be attributed to the fact that the NDC abandoned that cash reserve ratio. You see, I think that they need to be
the cash reserve ratio to the CD equivalents.
Yes, but you see, what they don't understand is that even in our amendment, we extended it to cover even foreign deposits for the first time. So though it was amended from about the 25% to 10%, there was a rationale behind it. And he said that, it rather made the commercial banks rich. So the whole idea of economic recovery is still lost on them. That's why they didn't understand. And we had even a problem with the introduction of that cash reserve ratio. And listen to Fitch. You understand why now they were rated as a junk status, even after the loss? This is what Fitch said when they launched that cash reserve ratio. On the 13th of April 2024, Fitch says, the profitability of Ghanaian banks will weaken due to the Bank of Ghana's recent decision to link cash reserve ratio requirements to loans. Are you following?
Yeah.
And it continued. The banking sector's LDR declined to just 36% at the end 2023 from 43% at the end of 2022 due to weak credit growth. And the vast majority of banks will now be subjected to CR requirements of 25%. We do not think the penalty of higher unremunerated cash reserves will stimulate a material increase in credit growth. We believe banks will prefer to suffer the opportunity cost of not being able to deploy such liquidity into high-yielding treasury bills than to risk large loan impairment charges as a result of extending credit in the current economic climate. They failed to listen under the cash reserve ratio. And that eventually resulted in their downgrading by many of the rating agencies. And that led to Ghana being blocked out of the capital market. So the difference today is that you have a Bank of Ghana leadership that is deliberate when it comes to policy. And the outcome of these policies are critical to our recovery journey. And so the MPP cannot seek to understand what is happening today with the incompetent lens they use to manage the economy, especially after 2020.
Very well.
And that is their difficulty. For them to understand what is happening, they need to shift away from their incompetence analysis of our economic trajectory to understand the difference that is taking place under this.
Thank you, Hamza. Let's hear from Dennis on this matter of the BOG losses. If we understand and appreciate the fact that the BOG does not operate as a profit-maximizing institution, serves as the immune system for the Ghanaian economy, then these are some losses we should be able to shoulder for the general benefit of the Ghanaian economy, isn't it?
You know, Nana, before I even come to Hamza, yesterday I saw.
I'm the one.
Oh no, I mean he's in government. You are not in government. I mean, as citizens, the government is accountable to us. They are the ones we ask questions of. But there is this issue that I saw last night, The Greater Accra Regional Minister. I really don't think she has to be in office this morning.
She has apologized.
No, wait. Nana, listen. There are issues that happen and then you just pop up and say, I apologize, I am sorry, and then you walk away with it. But if you follow her public utterances and you follow her consistent, yesterday I was telling somebody that the fact that you're a politician or a public officer doesn't mean that you should always be in front of cameras. That's why we have PROs. There are people who are very good at public speaking and all of that. They can do that. But if you choose to go the path on which she is doing, where she's camera happy, she always wants to be in front of the camera, and she's always making very, in quotes, loose talks all the time. To the extent that you make that comment, which I don't want to repeat, an apology is not enough. This is public service. There are a lot of other NDC people in Greater Accra or in the country who can take up that responsibility and be a bit more unifying. I remember when I was nearly killed by the NDC hooligans at what's the place? Blankson North, the election, the by-election. She was one person that made a comment to the effect that everybody buys votes. And so if she's buying votes, the MPP should also go and buy votes. I've also seen videos of her, especially at the Ramsar site, when she goes to undertake all these demolitions. And I think her posture, her demeanor is not empathetic enough. You see what I mean? Like, yes, you've gone to apply the law, effect the law, but you know, there are ways to go about it. And sometimes when I hear your commentary, I don't think that, I think she's done well. 1.5 years, I think she's done her part. Maybe it's time for her to give way for others so she can concentrate on parliamentary duties. She's an MP, right?
Yes.
Yes, concentrate on parliamentary duties. Because this is Greater Accra. This is the same person that gave her 6 months to fix all street lights in Accra.
Then the woman has a...
No, but it's a very serious...
It's a genuine slip in communication.
In our first 6 months in office, I remember the former Oda MP, Honorable Kwetu, in the first 6 months, he said something to that effect. I'm not sure he ever recovered. He was stripped off his position. August 2017. You understand? And it's tribalistic. It is discriminatory. It is discriminatory.
That's why we should not even feel
and I'm surprised Hamza even is not angry about it. Like, why is he choosing politics over his own people?
Let's do it.
So I've seen the apology, but I think he's done well. 1.5 years in the Greater Accra region, I think it's enough. She should let other people continue because the way and manner in which she is managing the city is enough. And I also have a problem with even the way these regional ministers seem to be jumping into the roles of the municipalities and the metros. Listen, regional ministerial role is not like this. The country is actually being run by the president and the municipal authorities. Regional ministers, you are only supervisory bodies. You are coordinating bodies. Read the law. So this penchant of me seeing a regional minister even at a demolition site, it's wrong. It's an anomaly.
Very well.
It's not something that should be happening.
It's
supposed to be for the physical planning department, the works engineering, and then the municipal assemblies to be doing these things. Regional ministers are not supposed to show us they are working. They are supposed to show us they are working through the municipalities, not they themselves. They are not. They have no mandate directly. Even within this municipality. And I don't know why you are rushing me.
Let's get back on track, Dennis.
On this, it's a very important matter.
Indeed,
I will respond.
But okay, I want you to respond. I really want you to respond.
No.
I really want you to respond. I'll give you the chance because I'm very worried about it.
No. I can understand. But you see, I can understand your concerns, legitimate. Like I indicated in my earlier submission, that whatever makes our democratic principles better, we must encourage. And so it is within your right, first of all, as a citizen of this country, to be worried about her conduct as far as that public office is concerned. That public office is not her personal property.
True.
It doesn't belong to the National Democratic Congress as a party. It belongs to the good people of this country. And as far as I'm concerned, the statements were distasteful, unfortunate, and ought not to have come out from a public servant. Unfortunately, it has. And the good thing also is that she has proceeded to apologize. And the reason why I am not mad is the fact that, look, I don't believe that when confronting such commentary, one should necessarily demonstrate anger. True. Because it affects your own people or the references are made to your own people. I always take advantage of that to educate people more about where I come from. I take no offense. I remember my first year in London when I was doing my master's. I went into a class, there was commentary about racism, and because I was the only black person seated in the class, they were quite apprehensive, like they were not able to express themselves. I told them, like, feel free. Let's discuss it as it should be. Don't be trying to be cagey when it comes to the words you want to use and your understanding of the African continent. And that's how we kickstarted, and the discussions became beautiful. I took advantage of that. Yes, some of the commentary I heard was disheartening.
It's okay.
But I took advantage of it to educate further.
I gave you my time. It's okay. You have made your points.
Very well.
So
at least
you don't
whatever.
need to
It's
be
okay. Don't explain again.
Emotional
don't
about
explain
it.
again.
She has apologized.
I am happy. You know something I like? You know, this is me. I do videos. I save videos. I'm happy he's taking this posture.
Yes.
You know, so hopefully another similar.
Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Oh no, we are
Hopefully
human.
it doesn't
No,
happen.
we are human. It may not be the woman. It may be other people in
But
the
the
future.
hope is for it not to happen.
No, in
again.
the future,
Not for it to happen,
I
so
would,
you
I
can
would
refer.
expect same principle. You know, being
You mean
applied.
because you know your
When
past
tables
people
turn.
would do
No,
it.
no, it's okay. It's okay.
When eventually tables turn.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying. So, I mean, let me come to the substantive matter. No. You remember I've been saying here consistently about how the NDC seem to be overwhelmed with the mandates that the people of this country have given them, and how their fixation of the MPP is actually distracting them from getting the work done to the benefit of the people. Throughout this Bank of Ghana thing, anytime I hear an NDC person speak, it is always MPP. It's 2022, 2023, 2024. Like, who cares? MPP is gone, they are home. The people are basically asking of you legitimate questions as to why, after they've given you the mandates to lead this country after your promises, you are making losses with the central bank. Yours is to explain to them. Forget MPP, leave MPP out of it. MPP are also expressing their views because they are also citizens. But this penchant of we have done, even though we are bad, we think we have done better because yours was worse. Like, it's a complete disrespect to the people of the country. The people don't care your NDC MPP business. Remember, that's why when issues came up and were discussing, I told you that for now you are dealing with the people of Ghana. It is not yet MPP and NDC. Win the fight against the people of Ghana first before you qualify to come and do MPP and NDC. And that's what I keep hearing them do. Listen, the reason why people are holding their neck is because they bragged. They said too much and they are doing little. They contradicted themselves. I just posted a video of the Bank of Ghana governor now on my wall when he was speaking then in opposition and criticizing almost everything he's doing today. I just posted it. Almost everything. He didn't even leave one out. Everything he was criticizing and saying it was bad. That's what he's doing today. That is what the people of Ghana are talking about. Not MPP. They are not talking. They are not saying that because there was a 50 billion loss in 2022, you have done well because you've done 40. It's nonsense. I mean, I withdraw. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. Like, it doesn't make sense.
In other words.
Yeah, like it sounds better that way. Like, it doesn't add up. Okay, no, let me replace it with it doesn't add up. I withdraw all the earlier ones. It doesn't add up. You know, like, you are basically telling us that you are terrible, but it's okay because the other one was worse. Like, why? And conveniently, consistently, almost for the last 16 months, that is what the NDC have been doing. Anytime they fail at something, they conveniently want to run towards the MPP NDC card to cover up their shame. Listen, you are ashamed of what you have done. We know it. Because you said A and you have done B. That is basically what the people are discussing. Go and read every commentary from the NDC when the Bank of Ghana made losses in 2022, 2023, and 2024. And go and see what they are doing now and what they are saying now. That is what we are talking about. The things are online. It's not Hamza. Hamza there, he's the new kid on the block trying to clean up everything that they have done. It's okay, it's fine. When you are in government, it's like that. I used to be in his position when he was here and where, you know, so it's understandable. But, Nana, why do you tell the people that, listen, when I come, I will change the negative equity of the Bank of Ghana to positive. How do you tell the people that gold, the gold buying whatever, it's a problem? In fact, the bank yes, he said it. I've posted a video where he's criticizing it and saying that it doesn't make sense that you make forex losses by buying gold. That's the governor. Governor, I've just posted a video that you are making forex losses by buying gold. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. I mean, these are his words. It's on my wall. Then you come and you are making losses and you are using the same gold buying as a justification. That is what the people are talking about. They are not talking about Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo is attending parties of his friends. You understand? He is visiting his friends and meeting them and having engagement with them. Nana. He's done his bit. He's contributed his bit as a citizen of this country to the nation. He's done. You have a responsibility to lead the country where you said you would lead them to. You know, do what you said you would do. It's the barest minimum that people are asking. In all of this, nobody is saying do something you didn't say. Everybody knows the challenges this economy went through in 2022. Nobody has run away from it. Not the MPP. Nobody. We have always admitted that 2022 was terrible. In fact, the economic conversation we are having today, engineer, is because 2022 is currently our baseline, where we are all trying to move away from. That is what it is. 2022. So it is very weak. It is cowardice for you to go back to 2022 and use it as your defense when we all agree that 2022 is what we are trying to shift from. We all understand.
But then it's okay to reference.
No. So 2022 cannot be your comparative end because 2022 is the baseline. That is the situation
So
we're
not
trying
comparing,
to
but
move away from.
referencing the effects
To
of
what end?
2022.
So this is the point now. Now this is the argument. 2022 was terrible. We did about 50 billion or 60 billion. Then we took a decision to move away from there. So the bank now took certain steps. Then in 2023, they reduced it further. Then in 2024, they reduced it further. What does it tell you? It means that the bank itself is on the path of recovery. Then you come there, you send them back. 2024, they did 9 billion. You have come, you've done almost about 44 billion.
They are disputing that figure.
No, but the Bank of Ghana itself has released a statement that is confirming 35 billion. And we have just...
When was
oh,
this
no, it's
statement?
here. It's here. They released a Q&A. Have you seen that? Yes, it's here.
They frequently ask questions.
Yes, they themselves. They released it. It's here. They released it.
15 plus 19.
15 plus 19. They themselves are admitting the 35 billion
It's
loss.
15 plus 19 or 35 billion loss.
Yes.
The Bank of Ghana.
It's here. It's here.
Read it.
No, it's here.
Read the loss.
Nana, you can read. Okay, let me read it to you. Nana, they said that the bank
trying to
reported
pull it up
an
here.
operating loss of 15.63 billion.
Is that 30?
And relax. And other comprehensive income loss of 19.32 billion. Two losses. When you put it together, what do you get?
But then they made revenue from gold sales.
No,
so
but
it offsets that.
No, you don't get it. You see, let me tell you something. How then do you get a net equity of that much? Because you see,
billion.
you only if you apply 15 billion on your previous net equity, you shouldn't be getting the 96. You are getting the 96 because you have applied your entire loss. You understand? You see, we've all gone to school. We can read. You see, when you apply 15 billion,
61 to
yes,
96.
when you apply 15 billion to 61 billion negative equity, you are supposed to get 76 billion.
Yeah.
So if indeed they are telling us that their loss was 15 billion,
15.6.
then their net equity should be 76 billion.
Yeah.
You are getting a net equity of about 90 billion is because your actual loss is a 35 billion. That is what it is. There is nothing else. You understand what I'm saying? But that is just beside the point. The point is that you have run these losses. Don't gaslight the people. Don't come and tell the people that I have done better, praise me. What kind of logic is that? That you have run a bank on our behalf, you have made losses of close to 44 billion, and I say that we should praise you.
I don't think they're asking for praises.
No, that's what they are saying.
They're asking that we understand.
No, how do we
that
understand
they
the
have
loss?
incurred
How do
that
we
loss
understand the
to
loss?
stabilize the economy.
Which economy have we stabilized? Let's look at even the numbers. They keep talking about inflation, which is the mainstay. Listen, Nana, you move inflation from 23 to 5 at a cost of 44 billion. Somebody move inflation from 54 to 23.
At what cost?
At a cost of 9 billion.
That's not true.
Oh, but that is what it is.
Not true. Okay, no, you speak.
No.
I don't interject.
No, wait. What was our loss in 2024?
2024 losses.
9 billion.
9 billion.
Yes.
9 billion.
And what was the end year inflation in 2024?
23%.
Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? But that is, even for me, all these things don't matter because I keep saying MPP versus NDC is not my business. Hey, MPP could have done 100 billion loss. You have made a loss when you promised the people you would not make a loss. You didn't tell the people that when I come, please bear with me. In order for me to bring inflation to 3%, I'm going to run a loss of 44. See, the Bank of Ghana governor in 2025, July, told the whole country that he is not going to run losses. He said it in July 2025. He's not going to run losses. He also said that he was not going to intervene in the forex. In fact, you remember that at some point we were playing some videos of them, and even the president, when the president admitted that they were intervening in the forex, and then we played a video where the Bank of Ghana governor was denying that they were intervening in the forex. All these things that you said, the report has come, and we realize you are lying. You are sitting here telling us that, oh, we should believe you, that as for 2026, it will not be like that. It is 2025 what you said, that the people are relying on and using to appraise you. In order for you to deal with the matter, all you are saying is that MPP. What does MPP got to do with your losses? You lost 44 billion. And then you come and tell us that, the economy is doing well, so bear with that. Which economy is doing well? Nana, which economy is doing well? You. And this economy that you are in, you yourself, this economy is doing well. You are paying more for electricity, you are paying more for water, you are paying more for tertiary fees, you are paying more for transportation. Which economy is doing well in this country? The economy that cannot pay teachers and nurses for 14 months? The economy that cannot pay cocoa farmers? Cocoa farmers are owed from October 2025. At least 6.5 billion Ghana cedis. There are tens of thousands of metric tons of cocoa beans that are sitting in cocoa farmers' homes. Because when they take it to purchase clerks, they don't take it because they say we don't want to receive it so that you come and harass us for payment. Is that the economy that is doing well? Is that what we are talking about? What you have done as a government, which is your policy decision, is to target inflation. Now, when you target inflation, what happens is that you slow down productivity. You stifle private sector of the money. You are not releasing money. So when you look at their own budget, 2025 budget, you realize that their own capital expenditure that they planned, they spent barely 30%. The effect of it is that you are preventing people from getting money so they don't spend, so you can bring inflation down. Because when people have money, they will buy. When people are buying, inflation is likely to inch up. But when you stifle people from having money, they will not buy. And when they are not buying, inflation will go down. It's okay. It's a government's decision and choice. But once you have accepted and admitted that, oh, this is the decision we took, in order for us to balance out the macroeconomic indicators, and then moving forward, things are going to be different. It should end there. Don't come and gaslight us by telling us things that are not real. Because as we are sitting today, there is nowhere that shows that we are doing better. When was the last time you heard them talk about fuel? When they used to sit here and talk back fuel. When was the last time you heard them talk about it? Because we kept telling them that, hey, you've done nothing to bring fuel down. And when we kept telling them that external factors have serious implication on our economy, they said no. 3 weeks of Iran war brought our fuel back to where it was.
But they intervened.
Even with intervention, where are we? So imagine if there was no intervention.
Than we inherited.
No, please, I beg you. Even with intervention, where are we?
Going to speak to her?
Oh no, he has a minute to wrap up.
Why are you?
No, I'm telling you, he's ending at 15.
You know this strategy.
Hamza, you're taking
strategy. You are now going to speak, and you are doing this to me. You are not worried. You're not worried. You understand?
Are you threatening him or promising him?
Oh no, you know me. Even with intervention, see where we are. So for me, and I kept telling you, and I don't expect this government to fail. I am not one of those people that are waiting for bad news in the morning. NDC doesn't have to fail for Dr. Bawumia to be president. In 2028, we are not going to ask how much NDC failed to make Dr. Bawumia president. We are going to say, where are we? Even if fuel is 4 cedis in 2028 and dollar is 1 cedi, NDC will leave office. Not necessarily because they've done something wrong, but because the people who will be voting for in 2028 would also be selling a vision to us. And we are not dummies. We would analyze and appraise the vision that is being sold to us. Our interest would be who would consolidate the gains that the country has made as of 2028. And at the same time, what vision is the person espousing? So the teacher will be listening to Dr. Bawumia and see what Dr. Bawumia is telling him. The nurse will be listening to him. The mechanic, the businessman. That is what the people will base their voting decision on. And not necessarily because NDC failed. So they should spare us the MPP business. They should focus and get the work done. Convince the people that indeed, you lost 44 billion Ghana cedis, but it's for the good. Or we know that it's not the best, but in 2026, believe us that we'll do better. Then the conversation will end there. But one takeout The final point, which is the main takeout of this whole conversation, is that it has been proven in 2025 that indeed central banks can make losses, and nobody would have to amass at the central bank to protest and say, because you have made losses, leave office. Because if I make losses to bring inflation from 54 to 23%, and you tell me to leave office, and you spend 44 billion to bring inflation from 23 to 5%, then you deserve to send yourself to jail.
Very well. There's a quick message. It's striking to hear NDC communicators now speaking like BOG PROs, defending the indefensible. Are they the right people to respond to the massive losses recorded by the Bank of Ghana? The losses recorded by the Bank of Ghana stem from poor management. This is the first time a government has spent $10 billion to stabilize the economy, yet growth is now projected at around 4.5%. What was the GDP growth rate the government inherited, and what is it today? Aminu from Nsawam sent that win. Transparency from Medina says, it is interesting listening to miracles. He should go back and read the 8 sonas of Nana Addo and the budget statement of his finance minister. All were riddled with one blame after the other of the Mahama administration, COVID and Russia, Ukraine. Was he gaslighting the people? The NDC will continue to expose the bad governance of the NPP for the 8 years of governance. Okay, Abdul Mumin Munam from Tamale says, good morning. A brilliant submission from Daniels. Oh, it's Dennis Abuaji, not Daniels, for speaking to awaken this sleeping government from its slumber. And inshallah, the lies and deception of the NDC are surely exposing them. But Imbe Hamza, is that how it's pronounced?
Dawa?
MB. Imbe Hamza.
Brother, that's it.
Okay. Should kindly respond to that. Oh, he's going back to the regional minister's comments. I don't think we should go back. That's Abdul Mume Munam from Tamale sent that one in. There's one more that says, hi, we are being misled by the minority, especially by the likes of Dennis Miracles Abuaje, to believe that BOG is insolvent, and that's total falsehood. In the midst of having stable economic outlook, via stable CD and very low inflation rate, hovering around 3% because of the hard work of the BOG and Gold Board, relative to preventing our gold from being smuggled out of the country by undesirable elements. We need to snap the notion of incompetency or insolvency narrative being pushed out there by the MPP and rather applaud the BOG working tirelessly with the Gold Board in changing the face of Ghana's economy positively, which once upon a time was seen to be dependent on cocoa. The minority must take note, and he's writing in caps now. There is a new wind of change. Papa Bisu from Spentex in Accra. Engineer, final thoughts on this BOG matter, and then we can move on.
No, again, I just want to focus on the issues of meritorious systems. Clearly, the majority of people in the BOG, working in BOG and a lot of state institutions, are not working based on merit. They are not there because of merit. They are there because they are affiliated to political parties. And those are some of the things we are getting out of the BOG at the moment. Because clearly, like I indicated in the first place, over the last 20 years, are we saying people have not retired from the Bank of Ghana? How many adverts have been put out to say we are recruiting such persons into the Bank of Ghana? So for me, a lot of our systems, the military, the state institute, all the state institutes are being corrupted by political parties. So all we get is that we don't have a meritorious system, and therefore, when people even fail, nobody is held accountable. And that for me is the worrying thing that we all need to sit up and look at.
Well, Hamza.
Nana. Let me start from where engineer just ended. I think that it is a dangerous proposition to say that our workers at Bank of Ghana are not qualified and they are not recruited based on meritocracy. Such generalizations ought to be avoided, especially on platforms of this nature. And especially so when you cannot support such claims with any
Show me the adverts.
With any evidence, but mere assumptions. That is dangerous. You see, they are professionals. Many of them have earned their place at that place. They have worked so hard. They are parents to get there. Somebody like the current governor rose through the ranks at Bank of Ghana. Remember at a point, he was actually first deputy governor. And so to sit on such a platform and seek to question professionals in this nature is clearly unacceptable. There may be instances where maybe others have earned their pride of place because of political association. It does not mean that all those who work in Bank of Ghana or majority of those who work there have done so or entered there through political influence. These are dangerous generalizations and assumptions that we must avoid. Now, coming back to my brother's submission, Dennis, you see, it is difficult to wake up a man who is not asleep. But that notwithstanding, I will still try. First of all, my brother says, oh, it has nothing to do with MPP. Even last week, he demonstrated same on this platform. You remember? When the minority did his press conference on the energy sector, he didn't want to talk about it. It has nothing to do.
I didn't do that. Didn't happen on this
He has nothing.
It didn't happen for the records. I'm sitting right here. You can't lie.
He didn't want to talk about it.
Well, how do you know I didn't want to talk about it?
You see, I was here.
I spoke about it.
Okay, can I
for the record, just for the record.
Spoke about it. Let's go.
Don't reference me, otherwise I will.
You see, Nana, he is demonstrated same this morning. Oh, it's not about the NDC, MPP. Well, don't talk about the MPP. Talk about your education. Yes. Any first-year student of, first of all, political science knows that one critical plank of governance is comparative analysis. Even for the ordinary voter there, you cannot make an informed decision without comparative analysis of the issues. So you can't sit on such a platform and be dismissive of the power and essence of comparative analysis when it comes to choices. That's one. Secondly, in economics, and political economy for that matter, another essential tool of political economic analysis is its comparative nature. Right. That even goes beyond states and markets. And so, in fact, that deals more with states and markets rather, in terms of your analysis. So you cannot be dismissive of the power of such comparative analysis.
The comparative analysis itself might not be bad, but however, the equalization we seek to
It is not equalization, and I'm getting there. When you organize a press conference and you seek to say that this happened under you, and the NDC criticized you, and same is happening under them, and I tell you that in principle, you can be forgiven not to know the difference between similar and the same. Especially when you are choosing not to know. Because yes, the principle might be similar, but it does not mean that the outcome is the same. So you may have incurred losses in 2022, but what was the consequential effect of the loss? And the first is even what drove that loss before the consequence of that loss.
The factors.
What drove your loss in 2022 was reckless management of the economy. And the consequential effect did not show in terms of outcome in inflation. So if you pick your 2023 report and you decide to hide when you had the highest negative equity and you move to 2024, you are being lazy in your analysis of the economic figures. And that is what it is. Again, he says that, and the equity started coming down. If you look at the 4 indicators I gave you as being the foundational sources of the loss or the cost implications of our recovery, the highest in there is the other comprehensive income, OCI. Not so. Is that money government recklessly or Bank of Ghana recklessly mismanaged? No. It is because of our recovery journey that led to a loss of about 19.6 billion. Is that not a fact? So it is not money that government carelessly spent and went to Bank of Ghana for bailout. We did not spend carelessly in building cathedrals or servicing in excess of 140 ministers. That was not what we did.
So for you, the OCI loss should not be added to the real.
We are not saying it. Even if you look at the Bank of Ghana, that is the standards. And I've heard them say that though the International Financial Reporting System, the government, the Bank of Ghana should have followed it. And if they had followed it, the loss would have been in excess of 30 billion. Again, you see, the NPP's politics of convenience can be very nauseating. Listen to Ken Ofori-Atta. When they were confronted with the reality of the negative equity in 2023. Listen to him. He says, accordingly, in an article he wrote, standing strong with the Bank of Ghana, maybe they need to read the things they said. Accordingly, as the focus shifts from direct targets of monetary supply, listen, to interest rates as operational targets, The framework for analyzing central bank balance sheets has shifted. Ken Oforiatta, their finance minister, who is at large with his aide-de-camp. These are their words. So then they knew that the framework for analyzing central bank's balance sheets have shifted. Today they don't know that, and they will organize a press conference ignorantly. And you see, unlike my brother and co, Nana, some of us are not just communicators on this subject. For us, political economy is our forte. I'm a grounded student of political economy. I can boast. I can be forgiven to boast on this subject matter. So it is not the usual political commentary that we are doing. It is commentary that is supported by facts. And listen to Bank of Ghana. They say that, oh, insolvency is insolvency. Not so. The Bank of Ghana has become policy insolvent. Again, they say our words, but I think that we should use their words against them. The Bank of Ghana, in their release, says that central banks are not commercial banks. That was 9th August 2023.
Which we agree.
Central banks are not commercial banks. That's true.
Yes.
This financial outcome has very little implication for the operations of the Bank of Ghana as supported by evidence from other central banks.
Yes.
Technically, central banks cannot be insolvent or bankrupt. That's them. But the very people who told us that central banks cannot be insolvent are today saying that our central bank is insolvent. When even the laws as compared to the time they were releasing this statement is far less.
Very well. Very well.
No, don't let me.
Let
me end on this.
You even said your voice. It's okay.
Finally.
Finally again. What again is he going to say?
Why are you G2?
No, I'm not. No.
Finally.
I'm giving you time to. It's okay. Continue.
You see,
what again are you going to say? Continue.
Ask for miracles.
Why are you coming to me? What have I done? What have I done?
That is Allah.
Just say what you have to say. What have I done?
You see, I'm my brother and them. You see, you can forgive them for the recklessness that is beginning to show in the way they engage in our national discourse. It is destructive in nature. It is not constructive. The MDC in opposition made sure that we presented an alternative of a constructive minority. That is not what we are seeing today. And that is why he will sit in this chair and conveniently tell you that, oh, it's not about the MPP, it's not about the NPP, it's about the NDC. You are in power, do what you ought to do. It is true that we are in power and will do what we ought to do.
Well.
But it does not mean that we should not also remind Ghanaians of the havoc you subjected this country into, and for which we must pay dearly to recover. And that is what this government is doing. And the least you can do is to simply keep quiet and observe and learn. We don't make noise. We are not saying that if the fundamentals are with the exchange rate, we will exposed. We have not moved from university to university delivering economic lectures.
Thank you.
We are living it. We are practicalizing our economic knowledge.
Thank you.
Not the way you guys did, rooted in propaganda.
Thank you. Dennis, let me take a quick break. I'll come back to you. You wrap up.
Because you need to rest.
This is Breakfast Daily.
I need time.
This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Every day, we make choices. Some big, some small.
What would you be doing today? I want this or...
Every day, we make choices. And sometimes, choices that shape our hearts.
Hi.
Whether it's a long-term or short-term decision. The Lydia Ranger gives you the power to truly decide. With Lydia, you truly decide.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, I believe what be Dim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100-100-100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Turn up your sound experience with the We Hear speakers by Lovi. From the sleek We Hear 1 to the powerful We Hear 2. And now the premium We Hear Pro. Fully endorsed by Kylian Mbappe. This is not just a speaker, it's a flexible, high-performance outdoor Bluetooth speaker built to bring your music to life anywhere. With up to 100 watts of music power, you get bold, immersive sound wherever you go. All available in stylish standout colors. Now the good news. From April 20th to May 20th, grab yours at a special discounted price. The We Hear 1 now at 400 Ghana cedis. The We Hear 2 at 900 Ghana cedis. And the premium We Hear Pro now at 3,800 Ghana cedis. Don't miss out. Call 020-195-7739 or pick up at the Atlantic Towers. You can also grab yours at Orange FM Kumasi, Plus FM, or 3 Music TV in Accra. Number 12 Afunya Street at Belengpe. Don't miss out on this special discounted offer. It's the We Hear promo powered by Lovi. We Hear, feel the power, hear the difference.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're having the news review segment. Hamza Suyine is here. Dennis Miracles Abuaji is here. Engineer Michael Kosi-Dede is also here. We're going to Dennis. There's an interesting comment. I didn't even notice. This guy says, Mr. Host, you are wearing NPP smoke. Forgive me. Forgive me if it appears that way.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
American,
I know, right? You see how we tend to politicize everything in this country. Anyways, Dennis, final thoughts on
I'm giving him free license to do propaganda.
No, I'm not going to do that. I mean, you see, one of the things I think Hamza and all the NDC people should understand is that we can all understand financial statements. It's the basic thing in economic management, accounting. You can understand. A loss is a loss. Like it's written black and white. You don't need to be the IMF country director to know that there is a loss. You understand? And having realized a loss, it's only one line question that we are asking. That why have you run a loss when you said you won't? When you criticize the previous one? That's all the question there is for you to answer. You see what I mean? So it's up to you to just stick to the script and say, oh, you know, like I said, we've made a loss because we think we've made you better. Then leave it to us. Now we will go home and analyze and see whether we are better off or not. You understand what I'm saying? You know, the interesting thing is that all the economy is doing better things. They are never able to come to the microeconomy and show us in the microeconomic space where we are doing better. They always end at the macroeconomy. So you hear them saying GDP is this, inflation is this, exchange rate is this, but the micro, you see, all those things are not an end. They are a means to an end. The impact of macroeconomy on the microeconomy is what we look at. That is what every citizen cares about. You can have the best, sexiest, macroeconomic indicators. But if I am at the micro level, we are struggling.
The micro will expose you.
It will expose you. You understand what I'm saying? Nana, the reality beyond all these things that Hamza and the NDC are doing is that the people are struggling. Listen, if you step out there right now, everybody's house is beeping with a meter. People can't pay electricity. People who used to buy 200 cedis a week are buying 600 a week. People don't even have water. If you go to Teshinungwa since October 2025, not a drop of water. People's water bills have been increased by 15%. There are young people who have worked for 15 months. The economy doesn't have money, so it can't pay them. You understand what I'm saying? There are cocoa farmers who are old. Nana, you know when you go to the cocoa areas, the local economy is driven by credit. People spend on credit. When the season ends, they harvest and then they pay off.
Yeah.
The guys are hiding. You know who they call cocoa cratchy? The purchasing clerks.
Yeah.
They are hiding because they owe the farmers. They don't have money. These farmers didn't celebrate Christmas. These farmers didn't celebrate Easter. And they are still here. We don't even know what's happening. And that's the economy that is supposed to be doing well. At a time when our economy was doing well, when the cocoa prices in the international market dropped, the country didn't give a haircut to the cocoa farmers. The country stood in for them and gave them an intervention to make sure that they don't lose their money. But the economy is not doing well. That is why Cocoa Board is struggling. That is why Cocoa Board is unable to pay the cocoa farmers. So beyond all the flowery things that you're saying, the question that people are asking is, why are we suffering than it was in the past? 2025 economy is doing well. I am in level 300. Why am I paying 7,800 for hostel when 2024, which you claim was doing bad, I was paying 6,200? Why am I paying 2,635 cedis for my fees at Legon when in 2024 I was paying 1,006? Why am I paying 12 cedis from Okonglo to Ivandi hostel when in 2024 I was paying 8 cedis? That is the microeconomy. That is what affects the people. That is what the people want to see. So if the GDP inflation is even -1 and I'm paying more, my cost of living is higher than it was in the past, of what use it to me? Intercity transport fares have gone up by about 25%. Of what use? Is your economy is doing well when I am paying more to travel from Accra today to Kumasi than I used to pay in 2024 when he claimed it was bad? Those are the things. As for those things, after you are done with your MPP mask, would strip it off and still ask you. And that is why if Hamza goes back home to Savelugu this weekend, they will come to him and come and ask him questions. That why are we suffering? When you sit on TV and continuously tell us that the economy is doing better, why are we suffering?
You suffer now, enjoy later.
No, but we didn't used to suffer when you said it was worse. We are suffering now more than it was in the past. Yes. I'm paying 24% more electricity. Am I not paying more than 2024? Nana, am I not paying more? Are you not paying more?
Living in their own world.
Are you going to? Why?
You people, you are living in your own world.
Should I let you speak again?
No, but you have been speaking for some time.
No,
Allow him to
so
land.
take your
Allow
time.
him to land.
Take your time. I know when you're in government, I know the feeling. Relax.
What's the feeling?
I just left today. I know the feeling.
Tell me the feeling.
Nana, when we say we are suffering now than in the past, it's not rhetorics. Are you not paying more electricity now than in the past? Are you not paying more water than in the past? You are paying more for transport. You are paying more for fees. You understand what I'm saying? Cocoa farmers don't have money now than they were. In the past, they were getting the money. Now, they are not even getting the money. And you've even giving them a haircut. Is that not fact? So, what is it?
That is lazy analysis of economic indices.
Charlie.
At the time you were paying, you have
take your time.
Hold on. Take your time. To the value of the cedi now, as against the value of the
Take your time.
Remember under them they were subjected to things like COVID levy, e-levy and the like.
Take your time.
Even at the time that oil prices were increasing.
Take your time.
So maybe because we were drawing from government revenue and fuel,
Hamza,
take your time.
appears
Take your
different.
time. Nana, apart from the fact that I'm paying more for electricity, I'm paying 4 cedis on every gallon of fuel that I buy.
Which is still less than
but I'm paying more taxes. So if you mention COVID levy and all this, I'm paying
He's
more.
telling you which is still less than what it was.
Please, go to Abosiokai. Their VAT, the threshold, they've moved them to over 24%. You understand? That is why the Swami people would hold a protest and tell you that we don't understand why dollar has come down, inflation has come down, and we are still spending more, and our things are still expensive. Keep quiet.
Nana, he's speaking this way because there was a government economy and the people's economy. So he was part of the government economy.
Keep quiet.
So he wouldn't be able to relate.
Quiet.
So now he's feeling the people's
cocoa
economy.
farmers are listening to me. The cocoa farmer listening right now is upset with you because he didn't celebrate Christmas. You didn't pay him because your economy couldn't afford it.
Well. Thank you.
You understand?
Thank
no,
you,
you don't let him interject you and say very
I
well.
know, but you've been speaking for some time now. You don't know.
made a point.
No, you can't.
He's been very charitable.
Okay, so let me use his principle. Now let me land.
Please land.
Thank you.
You've been hanging for a while. Please
Let
land.
me land. As I land, my admonishment to Hamza is that, listen, being in government is not easy. The people need resource. They need action. They don't need explanation. They want action. And so after you are done with all this talking, because this talking, you did it in opposition. After you are done with all this talking, please give them cheaper electricity, give them cheaper water, give them cheaper fees, give them lower cost of living, which is the microeconomy, which is actually what you promised.
Very well.
The macroeconomic indicator that you are flaunting in their faces is not the end.
Okay.
It is only a means. And as we speak now, that means has not been able to deliver the end for them. So he should calm down, be a bit more calmer when he's talking to us, you know, and give us results rather than trying to explain his way out of such cluelessness.
Thank you. Thank you. Engineer, we're back at Ramsar sites. We're doing demolition again.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the news. I hear it's going to be a 3-day demolition exercise. And again, I asked, because it was only last year or so, the regional minister, they went there again and did some demolition. So my question is, between then and now, what was the Metropolitan Assembly or the Assembly doing while the structures continue to go up? I mean, when you come in from the port runabout, where they have the new, you see that somebody has also failed and built some new things into the water again. And I'm asking, all those structures there, are they not part of
the traffic it's causing over there?
Exactly.
With that warehouse by the
Exactly, that warehouse.
Opposite to the flat
so I'm asking,
side.
well, is that one legitimate? Because clearly it was failed. Is it also going to be demolished? So this demolition exercise are becoming like show business, where every year we go out there, we are demolishing, and then we come back, and then the systems we have set up to prevent building in those waterways don't seem to work. And we are, again, I come back to the issue of holding people accountable. You have a municipal chief executive or a district chief executive. What has he been doing through this period? Why are we not holding him accountable? Is it because he's a political appointee? So you see where I keep going with these issues. That we appoint people because they are political appointees. We don't touch them. We don't discipline them. They do anything. And again, our municipal assemblies have simply seen permits as revenue generation.
Right.
And not about complying with strict issues of managing space. So once somebody applies and the person can pay money, they give. So you hear a regional minister now telling us that if you have issued a permit wrongly, we will transfer you. I mean, to what does that benefit the people? When somebody has acted incompetently, you say you will transfer the person. I mean, how does that solve the problem? So for me, we need to go back to the fundamental issue. What are the municipal assemblies responsible for? They are responsible for managing the space that they have been delineated to manage. In terms of building, in terms of hygiene, in terms of health, roads, all those things. And yet all they do is sit down and then collect money, and then a regional minister now has to come in and lead a task force and say, let's do demolition. Who is going to, if some of these people have paid legitimate fees to the assemblies, will the monies be refunded? If the monies will not be refunded, who will be held accountable for issuing them with permits? So for me, it shouldn't end with simple demolitions. And by now, we should have seen the trend. Every year we go out there and demolish, and yet no one is held accountable. So until we begin to hold public officers accountable for wrongs, we cannot change the system.
Right.
And that for me is what we need to pay more attention to, right? This ritual of always going out there and saying we are doing demolition and we are... No, because the sanitation issues, look at the amount of plastics that get into the sea all the time. We are not controlling anything. You simply have to get onto the streets of Accra and see the state to which this country is going. Complete recklessness, no discipline anywhere on our streets. And immediately, any visitor who comes into this country, once you get down from the from the flight and you step out of the airport, for the 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, you get a feel of Ghana. That it's an indisciplined state. Yes, when nothing is controlled. Because traffic is supposed to influence, other people are coming this way.
Yeah.
You have ministers, you have people, everybody honking, give us way. Lights flashing. I mean, it reflects a sad state.
Very well. Very well.
And that is what we are seeing in our district assemblies as well.
Hamza, it looks like this strategy of demolition is not working.
It is, I would desire not to spoil the beauty of engineers' submission on this matter because I fully agree with the concerns that he has raised. And at the risk of being repetitive, it is better I just leave it there. Except to say that, look, it is important that we begin taking our local governance issues seriously. And the district assemblies themselves, I think they should be part of the KPIs of district chief executives and municipal chief executives, as well as the metropolitan chief executives. When it comes to the issues of planning, it shouldn't just be left on the planning unit alone. And again, I agree that it doesn't have to take the regional minister to once a while go out there and enforce issues of compliance and irregular permits. Our systems, if they are working, you wouldn't need political appointees to go out there to enforce them. So we have to find ways of getting the system to work. And my experience in this country, especially most parts of Africa, is that the only way to get the systems to work is to be very punitive in terms of sanctions when others are caught on the wrong side of the law, regardless of their political persuasion or the traditional setting they are coming from. If we are able to enforce these punitive measures, we rest assured that people will become a bit careful when it comes to these irregular permits and also building on waterways. So it boils down to enforcement. You don't employ people as a state, pay them monthly salary, either as engineers or planners in the various assemblies, and yet still these things happen. You are subjecting the country to enormous loss.
True.
Not just in terms of planning deficit, but even in terms of the finances, because you are paying them for doing absolutely no work.
True.
And so these are issues we need to begin looking at. There must be a system in place to track the performance of these civil servants when it comes to that sector. But you see, Nana, I know you won't allow me, so except to say that.
I'm not satisfied. But have you forgotten when you finish? I also speak again. Then I'll say something again.
But you know what I'm even coming to say?
So why are you saying I won't allow you?
You see, except...
you are even tired. Your voice is gone.
No, I'm tired. That's what I did. I told you that I'm tired.
You need rest.
I need rest, and I'll get rest. Don't worry. You see, Nana, at the risk of... Maybe... I will leave it there. I just wanted. I'll leave it there.
Please do.
I'll leave it there, but except to say that,
It's okay.
you see,
It's okay.
when it comes to governance, especially at the local level, sometimes, though our local chiefs are expected to be agents of the local governance setup, their actions too can be quite worrying. Because my experience is that sometimes they also engage in selling lands to people that they shouldn't be selling to.
Right.
And when it is traced to a chief, it impacts the work of the civil servants in the various assemblies, but it shouldn't.
Right.
But because of the nature of our cultural settings, maybe many of these civil servants are even afraid to uphold the laws and would be attacked, and eventually would be attacked by surrogates of these chiefs. So the state security must partner in cases of this nature with the assemblies to ensure that it is nipped in the bud. It is a worrying concern, and I agree with engineer. When you land from outside this country, you get to Kotoka and you drive out, you know that you are back to where chaos reigns. Yes, that's the unfortunate reality. From the airport all the way, you see a marked difference from where you are coming from.
Very true.
And that is worrying. In fact, it starts from the airport.
Yeah, from the airport. For people
how you are taking out, it starts the chaos.
Sometimes even once you exit the plane, the people who are standing there, you're asking what are they doing?
What are they doing?
You know, unnecessary solicitations.
Exactly. And so these are things that we need to work on. It is a border. It doesn't augur well for the international image of our country.
Let's go to Dennis. He's a local governance person.
And you know, I have always had an issue with the structure we are running. First of all, there's a reason why we are in the situation that we're in. It's because we have created a local governance system and disarmed that same system from operating and working. That is the fundamental fact. So, and it's all of us our fault. You see, what the politicians will do is that when we are at the local level, we are fighting the central people that they should devolve. They should bring us more of the powers. They should bring us more of the resources. They should leave us to work. But immediately you graduate from the presiding member of the assembly member, this you become an MP and you become a minister, then you begin to suppress them. In fact, it is the reason why our decentralized system has really slowed down. Because you have a minister sitting in Accra that doesn't want to devolve. Because he feels that once he sends the political power to you, he must add money. And because of the money business, they don't want to devolve. The only thing affecting our devolution in Ghana is money. Because they know that once they send a function to you, they'll have to add the money. So that's one. Yesterday, I think when Bernard was on City Breakfast Show, they were discussing sanitation. And I sent him a message that the only reason why we have sanitation problems is because we don't realize and accept that sanitation is a municipal service everywhere in the world. There's nowhere in the world that you have the central government involved in sanitation. It's nobody's business. It's not the central government's business. It is the decentralized function. So what you do is that you make sure the resources that are mobilized at the central level for sanitation, you send it. In this country, we even have sanitation as part of our ESLA. It's there. You understand? But where does that money go? We still end up setting up a sanitation ministry at the central level and still keep the money with them. And then they come and they say they want to build toilets, they want to dredge something for us, you understand? When there are municipal assemblies whose responsibilities are supposed to take care of sanitation. You see, sanitation, if you don't break it down to the very minutest micro level, you can't manage it. That is why everywhere in the world, the municipal assemblies handle it. Because they are very close to the situation. So when they wake up in the morning, they can see where the things are. But you see, they don't have the money. If you want to test why we are struggling, go and pay the district assemblies their budget. I'm telling you, when you pick a typical district assembly in Ghana, their budget, you realize that they cannot do anything. In a year, the person can build 1 or 2 schools. And that's all. Because if the municipal assemblies and district assemblies are really going to do their municipal and district services, their function, they will have to take all of those monies out. Before what is left, they will now begin to think about physical infrastructure. But at the moment, if you go to the district assemblies, their budgets they are passing, physical infrastructure rather is like 80%, 90%. Then the rest is the other municipal services. So you see a municipal engineer drive past a burst pipe, and he doesn't think it's his responsibility. There's a pothole far away in Buipe, and they are blaming John Mahama and Akufo-Addo. Somebody wakes up in the morning, his pipe is burst, and is blaming. So the country itself has not been primed to understand that. There are certain things that when you don't have, it is right there in your district. It is not Accra. It's not the president. It's not the minister. That's our problem. And that is why I come back to the Ramsar site situation. What the heck is the regional minister or are the regional ministers all over the time, all over the period, doing at a Ramsar site undertaking demolition? How close are you to the place? So if you take up that responsibility, there would never be effectiveness because you will leave. When you leave, the people who are supposed to be taking up the responsibility, you haven't emboldened them or giving them that resource to do it. Why are you the one hiring machines and paying for fuel to come and demolish? Give that money to the municipal assemblies and then ask them to get the work done. Because if you leave, they don't have the money. The money that you want to use for that demolition is seated with you. And because normally all of us at the central level, we want to control that procurement. We don't want to send the money to them. So we want to go and do it. But look, let me tell you, I am an advocate of scrapping regional ministerial rule.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll have that conversation another time. You see, the way, we are not a federal state. Typically, the federalism is where you have the federalism is where you have the state governor.
Yes, I don't think that we need it.
We don't need it.
I don't think we need it.
The federalism is where you have the state governor, and then within the state governor you have the municipalities. It's the federal state. But in a unitary state like ours, you don't need regional ministers. What you need are emboldened, empowered, well-resourced in terms of political function, administrative function, and the money. And let them be responsible to their people. You see, the MCs, we should be afraid of our people, not the president. Because if Hamza becomes president, and I'm his friend, and he makes me MC, I don't care about you. Because so long as Hamza is not upset with me or have Hamza's ears, I would always do what I want.
Yeah.
So the people are not afraid. So you go to the municipalities and the DCs who are very politically connected and everything, they don't care. And they do whatever they want to do. But elsewhere, you know they will vote against you.
True.
You know they will remove you. And that is why I've been advocating. Let us vote for our MMDCs. It is 90% solution to our problems. Because if the MMDC is voted for, he would make sure that if the regional minister is even the one coming to demolish at the Ramsar site, he will be there. And if she leaves, he will make sure if he has to go and follow up or something and come and get it.
He will wait for the regional minister to come.
He will not wait. You understand? True. But me, if I'm MC and my friend is the president, or I know the president, so there are two things. Either you are friends to the president, or the president doesn't even know you exist. You understand? So these two ways. So you get to have your way, and our people are suffering, and we are still struggling with it. And it's been since 1992. We are still struggling. We take the money, we decide what to give to the municipalities. Today we are giving them 2 million. We are praising ourselves. The next time it's 300,000. The next time it's 400,000. You know,
well.
And all of that. I think that if we really want to progress
on
as
a
a
lighter
country,
note, he knows that in terms of that financial muscle, this government has done so well.
Here we go again.
In relation to giving them finances that they did.
Here we go again.
Is that not
here
a
we
fact?
go again.
No, but is that
You
not
understand?
you agree?
No, here we
Do
go.
you disagree?
No,
do you disagree?
Here we go
Do you
again.
disagree?
Hamza, thank you.
Thank you.
That is, do you disagree?
We need to go. We need to
No,
go.
here we
Dennis,
go
land,
again
land.
because the argument can also
That's why I
be
said
the
on a
argument can
lighter
also be
note.
made. The argument can also be made that we can measure the investment at the local level
Let's
through
not make the
various
argument.
vehicles.
Yeah,
Not necessarily
let's make
the
the
DACF.
Let's not make the argument.
You understand?
We have to leave it here.
So
we have to leave it here.
But he agrees that in terms of that financial independence,
Let's
this
all
government
agree.
has moved us
That's
than
not
they
true.
did.
I
That
disagree
development should be at
completely
the local
flatly.
level.
I disagree completely flatly.
I thought that we're going to deal with the health sovereignty matter.
happening.
Because everything is
No,
not
I know
delivered.
we're going to deal with the health
Because
sovereignty
the
matter.
assemblies,
Unfortunately,
because
we
the
don't
district
understand.
assemblies don't have ownership,
No, it's not about
of
ownership.
the
You
whole
see,
special
I think
planning.
that it's
They don't
about,
have it.
The quality of people we appoint to the
Not
government.
necessarily.
If he was an
You see,
MC
because
under
even-
this government,
not
he would have been
necessarily.
very impactful to his district. He knows.
Not necessarily. Don't mind.
Thank you,
It's not
gentlemen.
necessarily.
This has been quite insightful. This has been a news review segment on Breakfast Daily.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Chacos natural ingredients, and a bomb is seho buying, a man is swing, Nesanso Mama Hotoso, a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Hundreds of battles fought across the continent by the princes of Europe. But history doesn't care who almost won. It only remembers the name on the trophy. One night to decide it all on the ultimate stage. 30th of May. Stay connected and watch DSTV to catch the UEFA Champions League final. It's on.
Wow.
That's not true, Uncle Ato. My dad loved school.
Oh, yeah.
He was always studying. In fact, he was called Emeritus Etiquette. His head was big for a reason. And Uncle Ato, he was basically like a walking encyclopedia.
Encyclo what?
How can I keep wasting money on you like this? Huh? All the money I've wasted on your education, if I had saved it, I would have been a titled man in this country. You are blockheaded. You are not from me. And you, let me tell you, I asked you, don't feed him. Don't feed him. You just keep feeding him. Now his mind is marinated in chicken feed. Look at you. And if the tenth of what you had eaten, you had given to your sister, she would have been bigger than this. What do you take me for? Where do you think I get the money from? I pluck it from the trees or I pick it from some river? Am I a fisherman? Do I swim for money? What the heck is wrong with you? Tell me.
The Blanksons airs every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and is sponsored by Out Insecticide, Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shito, and Everpack on Channel 1 TV.
The vibe is too much.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello everyone, you are welcome to Breakfast Daily, and it's exciting. It's an exciting Wednesday, and of course the weather is, just in the middle, a bit cloudy
weather,
a bit,
cloudy
shiny on some
morning.
sides. We don't know what it's going to do, but whatever it is, we please remind you to take care of yourselves and be cautious about the weather. My name is Chris Carter.
My name is Philip Milate. If you've not been to work yet, please don't change your mind. Go to work. Yeah, because whatever it is, I'm sure the weather is going to be like this for the next 5, 6, 7 hours. So please go to work. But I still want to thank you, the individuals that came for the family consecration service on 1st of May. I want to say a very, very big thank you to you for making it there, coming out in your numbers to a part of this event. I want to say a very big thank you to our patrons, to our listeners, to our viewers, and also to the pastors, because the pastors were there to actually help us pray for the rest of the year. And I want to say a very big thank you to you. Pastor Wingam was there. We had Pastor Mali coming there. Pastor Benson was there. Pastor Awintia was there. Fire for Fire, Pastor Nwagbewonu was there. And also Reverend Mark Davis was also there. Thank you all for passing through.
All right, and we want to remind you that the Blanksons is still on right here on Channel 1 TV, and it shows every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Excitingly, after Thursday, in case you miss it, you can catch up on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On Tuesdays at 3 p.m., Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m., Fridays 11:30 a.m., Saturday 7 p.m., and Sunday 4:30 p.m. So you don't get to miss any episode. So if you're wondering what The Blanks is about, this is a drama series that pictures a Ghanaian family. We have the mother, the father, the son, the daughter, and of course, we always have that domestic help that makes everybody laugh. We see the white, the black, and the gray areas of families. Well, you definitely don't want to miss this. There's a lot to learn from it. It's inspiring, it's funny, it's exciting, and of course, it's family worthy. So sit together with the family and enjoy The Blanksons right here on Channel 1 TV, because it's our production.
Of course, so the fresh episode tomorrow. I want to tell you about the World Cup Central as well. Please make sure that you watch the World Cup Central. We have some few days to the World Cup, the final, the first whistle actually. So in order for us to prepare for the World Cup, let's be watching the World Cup Central Fridays, 3 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. Gabi Affair is the host.
All right, and an episode from Mama Promotion is on. Just because Mother's Day is right in the corner, and it's a great way to actually celebrate your mother and let your mother know that, look, I'm very happy and thankful for everything that you've done for me. I can see all your struggles, I see all your love, I see all your care, even though I don't show it enough. This is the only way I can only show you, Mama, because I might not be very expressive. But then again, you're wondering how to get into it. All you need to do is send your messages via the WhatsApp number 0539-986-996, telling us what Mama chose to forgive, the sacrifices she made, and the action that left an impact on your life. Include your name, your number, and your Mama's details. This is sponsored by GTP and supported by Takura. So that means you might just be getting presents for Mama from our sponsors. Thank you very much.
Download the Channel 1 News app today, and let's talk that. Just a notification, you are able to get the information that is circulating, the messages that are circulating, the messages on our website, on our Facebook, on our Instagram, and all that. Please download the Channel 1 News app today. Chris, I think we should move straight into our trends.
Yes, and the trends is everything that people are talking about when it comes on to social media.
Yeah.
From Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and all that. Everything that makes you want to join the conversation and join the thread when it comes to different conversations.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the first one that we actually have is about the demolition at the Sakumana Ramsar wetland encroachment. And this is not just about the demolition actually, but it's about also the regional minister Linda Akwele Oklu, because she was
yesterday actually it was the first day for the 3-day demolition exercise.
Yes.
So it's going to continue tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
today, actually.
So but basically yes, the demolition is still going on, but the trend popped up not just because of the demolition that is going on. It's just because the minister said something.
Yeah.
So do we have the video? If we have the video, let us play.
Let's bring you what the minister said.
The minister said that it's making everybody want to comment.
So actually there was a video of the minister actually coming out to say that there is going to be some sort of punishment to individuals who sort of give the permit to people who put up structures at the Ramsar site. And this particular comment from the minister wasn't taken in good faith. Actually, it raised a lot of, it had a lot of backlash, because the minister said that people who are given permit to be taken up north, sort of in a way of punishment. And this is a very, 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 very sad one. People are saying that, why will you want to say such a thing? Is it that the people up north do not deserve the best, or whatever it is? But this morning, we have seen a statement from the minister, Honorable Linda Obenewa Akwele Oklu, the Greater Accra Regional Minister. And she says that, my attention has been drawn to a widely circulated video in which I made remarks suggesting that postings to the northern part of our beloved country could be considered as a firm form of punishment. And it went on to say that I wish to state without reservation that the comment captured in the video were a genuine slip in communication and do not reflect my considered views, nor do they represent the established policies and procedures governing staff postings. The statement went on to say that with the public service, for clarity, I was responding to a media question regarding certain concerns that some technocrat alleged to have engaged in the issuance of development permit without due process are sometimes posted to districts within proximity, thereby allowing such practices to persist. In response, I referenced to instances where some individuals had been posted to areas far from their usual places of residence. Regrettably, my choice of words created the unintended impression that such postings were punitive. I sincerely acknowledged that concerns that this had generated and offered my unreserved apology to all Ghanaians, especially my brothers and sisters in the northern regions, for any misunderstanding, offenses, and discomfort caused. I wish to assure the public that I hold the highest regard for due process, equity, and professionalism. I remain fully committed to ensuring that all administrative decisions, including staff posting and transfers, are carried out strictly in accordance with laid down rules and regulations and without prejudice. I deeply value the trust reposed in me and remain dedicated to serving the people of the Greater Accra region with integrity, fairness, and accountability. I respectfully urge the public to treat this matter as clarified. Well, that's coming from the Greater Accra Regional Minister. Chris, we have comments.
Yeah, I'm sure we have comments on that. Let us check out some of the comments that we actually have on that. Please, I have a genuine question. Do people like this get compensation from the government or what? Compensation for building on land illegally? You spend all the money to put up this structure just to know you didn't place it on good grounds because someone wants to chop money. Yeah. All right, so that's it. And these coming days are actually going to be very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah, especially what she said. But then again...
But I don't even know whether they would go for the exercise today as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And you know, some of these things, I know of a deputy agric minister in the previous administration who passed a comment. Was it Quason or something? Oh, I've forgotten his name. He passed the comment and not long he was gone.
Yes. Yeah, because I feel like as a public servant, you need to be very meticulous with your words and also realize that you are not serving just one side of the country, but you're serving everybody. And everybody needs to be treated with respect.
And these things go far because we've been sitting here and be saying that people should be posted to the northern part of this country, and they've been saying that the doctors are refusing postings, teachers are refusing postings. The apology is good, but it sends a signal that, so if you take me there, doesn't mean you are punishing me.
Yeah.
So
that's what it means. That's what it means from that comment.
Doesn't mean you are punishing me. The more reason why we are asking that these places must be developed. If you develop these places and you are posting me, I don't have a problem.
It will not feel like punishment.
I don't have a problem.
It will just feel like I'm going to another part of the country.
I go there, there are good roads, potable drinking water, there is network connectivity. I can easily make phone calls. I can actually get water to drink. Very important, because some parts in the northern part of the country, they do not have potable water. We're talking about here. Children are able to go to school, not sitting on desk in very deplorable classrooms. Well, we'll talk about that.
Well,
later.
it's all good. Anyway, the second one is actually very interesting, and it has gray lines. And I'm saying this because some people will see it as nothing and others will see it as, okay, this might be too far. So Ghana Catholics Bishop, okay, before we get into the Ghana's Catholics, what the Ghana Catholic Bishop said, some weeks ago, there was actually a carnival in Accra, and it was called the Carnival Kingdom Festival, and obviously it was just like the carnivals that you would imagine in the island countries, like in Barbados, Guadeloupe, Dominican Republic, Martinique, Jamaica, and even the Nottingham festival that you see, or the carnival that you see in London. Now you get my drift. Exactly how they dressed there was exactly how the people that were enjoying the carnival or taking part of the carnival, and even the organizers of the carnival, dressed like. But it didn't sit well with some people. Well, the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, led by Bishop Matthew Kwesi Jemfi, condemned the April 22 to 28 Carnival Kingdom Festival for public nudity, calling it an eyesore that broke Section 278 of the Criminal Offences Act and questioning police protection and permits. They praised MP Reverend John Tim Fojo for raising alarms in Parliament and urged a full investigation without political meddling, plus clearer rules on public cultural events.
But this event, I actually didn't hear of it.
Oh, but it happened.
Yeah, I'm just amazed.
No, because you probably didn't hear of it because you are not the target. You are not the target in the sense that you are not from these places.
Because when I saw
and
the
a lot
videos,
of people,
I was like,
a lot of people that participated in this carnival were people from the island countries.
Really?
You have opened up Ghana for tourism, so definitely people who want to connect with the motherland are coming back.
But it happened in like Jamestown area.
Yes.
On the high street.
Yes.
And we didn't hear of it.
No, but because you're not the target audience.
Because some of the things, interesting things happened there.
But no, but you know, if you know the carnival culture, you would know that there's a bit of nudity in how they dress.
But why was it brought to Ghana?
Why was it brought to Ghana?
Yes.
Because I think we're trying to.
Is this the first time?
This is the first time. I think it's the cultural exchange that we are trying to have with other countries.
Yeah.
If you're doing visa free for some countries, obviously you're trying to have relationships with them.
Unfortunately, we can't bring you the videos because some of the videos are not screen worthy. So you
go and look out for it.
It's
It's all about social
TikTok.
media, yeah. So just go to TikTok and type the carnival, and definitely you are going to be seeing it. But if you have experienced the Nottingham Carnival, if you've experienced the carnival in Barbados, in Grenada, in Guadeloupe, and if you've seen all that, that's exactly how it looked like in Ghana. So it was basically like some parts of Ghana those days where the island.
So if there should be another one in Ghana, you can't tell them to wear full clothes, right?
Well, you can't.
That's their style.
Well, that is their style, but let me use an example of the one that happens in Nigeria every year.
Yeah.
Every December from 25th or 22nd to the 29th, it happens at Cross River State. And Cross River State is known for their carnivals. And obviously, you are going to be seeing a bit of the bikini style, but a bit more covered up.
Okay. Not as exposed as we saw in Ghana.
Not completely exposed. Not completely exposed. No butt cheeks beating each other. You can't see the butt cheeks in the one in Nigeria.
Wow.
So it's colorful, but the nudity or body parts, it's well managed in that one.
Well, like you're saying, we can show it on screen. So if you haven't seen it, just go check it out on TikTok or YouTube, or because we're talking about social media stuff. Yeah. Anyway, let's bring you comments of what the general public.
The only church that works in the country now.
Oh, you're referring to the Catholic Church. Okay.
Yeah. The Catholic bishops really pay attention and address social and national issues in Ghana. Respect. Chale. Galamsey, we go worry about. We go worry. This, I'm not sure. And I feel the same way about this a bit. I feel like let us use our voices for the things that are actually disturbing.
Well, this is also disturbing because we see some of these things. You wouldn't want to expose children to it.
You didn't.
see,
No. But the person. But the
we hold
people's
certain values in the country that
you don't
we
understand.
only want to.
You don't understand. If somebody comes into the country, especially somebody from an island comes into the country, or a group of people from the island, Jamaica, come into the country and say, "Look, I want to have a carnival." Whoever allow them have that carnival should have an idea of what the carnival is going to look like.
Okay.
So people cannot just travel from their country to have a carnival in Ghana.
And can't be doing things.
And then you're putting on a statement. Put the statement to the right people.
Okay.
Because it's their culture.
That's fine. Do we have a last comment on this? If we do not, then we move to the next story. Do we have a last comment? Okay, this one said that they should never talk about this or her. Make them focus on the Magalamsey or her. Okay, you're also talking about Galamsey. So you think we have better things to talk about. There's a Brazil, which is more Catholic than Ghana import. That's the
they have the carnivals
but if
too.
Ghana way when a bishop have problem, if this question they ask, why is carnival part of history or culture? Talk well, Massa. Well, you are saying. Well, that's what the Catholic Bishop Conference has said. This one says, but when it comes to corruption, to brackets, which is the reason most citizens are suffering, they don't care. Really? I think the Catholic Bishop Conference has actually spoken about it before. Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Hey, put it like what you saw. You like what you saw, so you want it to be in the country. Do the Catholic bishops realize this is free art for the festival? I think so. I never knew anything like this existed. Now I do. And it's true. I didn't know. Freedom of movement and speech. Chris, I didn't know. So as soon as this story came up, I want to check out the videos. I was like, no, Jamestown, no, I've been going there. So when did this happen that I didn't pass through to see certain things on my eyes?
But you see also another important point that we are also supposed to be looking at this is that you have opened the country a bit for certain people that we think that we are connected to, or we're brothers and sisters from this country to the islands. Now that is their culture. If we're saying, okay, come back, they are bringing back their culture. It's like going to Swaziland. Swaziland has a culture of, there's this culture that the young women just walk in skirts and they leave their breasts and then,
I think it's same in South Africa, right?
And it's their culture. So the problem is not them. The problem is you and the eyes you're using to look. Stop sexualizing them.
So, well,
If it's culture, then
it's not our culture.
No, then stop. No, but you've opened the country to brothers and sisters.
For brothers and sisters to come and show things. Anyway, on that brothers and sisters note, let's move away from this story and bring you another one that is happening. Happened yesterday, Wager, where the member of parliament for the area, as well as residents, they are asking that the hospital, that is the children's hospital there, must actually be open. So the Ministry of Health has actually also spoken about it. This is actually the inner perimeters of the hospital. That is a 120-bed Wager Pediatric Hospital, which yesterday there was a demonstration. And that demonstration, there was a call that that hospital must be operationalized immediately. The MP, that is Shaibu, that is Jerry Ahmed Shaib, actually made mention of the fact that he's been to European countries, but he hasn't, some of the hospitals that do not meet this particular one that has been built.
This is very pretty.
Very, 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 very pretty. Very pretty. But the health ministry issued a statement and has attributed the delays in the operationalization of the Wager Pediatric Hospital to procurement irregularities and unresolved contractual issues following protests by residents demanding that the facility be opened. The fully finished 120-bed hospital, completed in early 2025, is expected to serve a majority or to serve as a major referral center for pediatric care, easing congestion to existing health facilities and improving outcomes for critical ill children in Wejagbawe and surrounding communities. On Tuesday, what is yesterday, residents staged a demonstration at the premises calling on the government to immediately commission the facility for use. In a statement issued by the ministry's spokesperson, Tony Goodman, the ministry said the hospital, funded by the World Bank and initiated in 2023 was originally scheduled for completion in December 2025, but encountered setbacks after concerns were raised about funding partners. This is the interesting part. According to the statement, the World Bank flagged missed procurement, including alleged allegations that some medical equipment costs have been inflated to as much as 11 times their actual price, prompting the institution to withhold settlement for outstanding procurement. There was also a part that now when all things were agreed upon that this particular hospital was going to be opened, the contractor was like, no, let's settle all the matter before we can open this particular facility. So let's bring you comments of this particular issue. The minister said this before: Ghanaians just simply don't follow news. Well, we need a hospital. Inti nekrakra neseng na neseng mumbia nazambibi. Find money to operationalize it by next month. Engaging which stakeholders for what again? Okay, you say. Just commission the hospital and stop this long talks. Everything is political to you people. Well, it's interesting. It's just interesting that we are here today.
Yes, it's actually very interesting we're here. And I just hope the whole brouhaha is sorted so that people can have access to the hospital. That is the most important thing, because we do not want to hear issues of people dying just for medical care. And in 2026, access to medical care shouldn't be a problem, or health care should not be a problem in 2026. But it seems like we are still battling these issues. So please.
Politics. Anyway, so what others are also calling for, like what the ministry said, is that we should deal with all the misprocurement issues that has been said, the allegations, and before the operationalization. Others are also saying that it should be opened so that the issues will be addressed later. We will still be following up on this particular issue. We are happy that the MP for the area, Jerry, actually waded into the conversation. Was like, no, this has to be addressed. Chris, before we end the trends and move to the video of the day, us now.
Arsenal.
Yesterday,
you know what happened? I was actually, I didn't even know what was going on.
In the Champions League final.
I didn't know what was going on. How I found out was I was just scrolling through my status and everybody was just posting. I was just in red. I'm like, what's all this red and white? And then what's going on?
Arsenal.
And I'm saying Arsenal.
It's the first time the team has reached the final in 20 years.
And you know, it's funny because we've insulted them. Like, I pity for my Arsenal friends, because I'm like, are you people not tired of supporting this team that never gets to the final?
No.
You understand?
So after a 1-0 victory, is a victory, really. After a 1-0 victory in their second leg against Atletico Madrid yesterday, Arsenal's men's team are going to the UEFA Champions League final for the first time in 20 years. And they've done it in style. They are the only team left in the competition who have not lost a single match.
Woo!
Yeah. Arsenal. So Saka's goal in the 44th minute took the aggregate score, the combined score over 2 games. 2-1, meaning they will be facing either Paris Saint-Germain, Paris Saint-Germain or Bayern Munich on 30th May 2026. Arsenal, the Gunners. Let's see how it's going to be. They said if Arsenal wins.
Wait. I know what you want to say.
If Arsenal wins.
But let me say, well, camera me. All right, so this is an open letter to the biggest supporter of Arsenal in this company, Mr. Samuel Atamenso. Yes, Samen. Hope this reaches you well.
This is why we all wear red and white too.
Blix.
Oh, me I wear some.
We are praying for Arsenal to win. And if it happens, which is to happen in Jesus' name, we would want, some bump
Yeah.
in our pockets.
Yeah.
To celebrate with you.
You'll do it. You'll do it.
So we are keeping our fingers crossed for Arsenal to win in Jesus' name.
They said it now. The
Sincerely, yours, Breakfast Daily crew.
Signed and sealed.
Signed and sealed with a
Yes,
stamp.
signed. So the Gunners are now hoping they can achieve a double, which is winning the Premier League and the Champions League in the same season. So we actually be waiting for that 30th of May. We'll all be in white and red. We'll be in Samense's office, or
Singing
we'll be
for
in
him.
his house, and we'll actually be jubilating with
Yeah.
him. Whatever, surely, dolly, whatever happens, Arsenal must win. For this, I'll support Arsenal. I used to support Ghana, but this also. Let's bring you video of the day, and we'll bring you an interesting conversation after the video of the day, which had to do about Tech Summit. But let's bring you the video of the day.
Aha. 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 Aha.
My heart.
You are sad, you are annoyed.
No, you are more sadder and more annoyed if that's your first and only meal for the day. You know, sometimes there's a way you can be broken.
And
you've
even
saved something,
yeah.
you know. So this is that feeling.
And on top of that, after the thing fell down, you could have picked it, washed it, and eaten.
Yeah.
But your friend, decided to step on it.
Yeah.
That's double silencer. It's not fair. Anyway, so I had a conversation with a group of young men. Let me say two. So they are a group, yeah. So two individuals who came to the studio yesterday to talk about a tech summit that will be happening tomorrow. Let's enjoy them. Let's get to know what they do. And also, if you be part of that summit tomorrow, it will help you. Let's bring you that one now. seeing on the screen is from the Ghana National Union of Technical Students, and there's going to be a summit. Which summit? You'll be part of it. I'm going to talk to the individuals that are doing the magic here. I don't know whether it's a software developer or what. I'll ask him about that. And there's also an engineer here. I'll also ask him about that. So we have Musa Abubakar Sadiq, who is, that is the Ghana National Union of Technical Students, National PRO. And I also have Mustafa Abdul Basit, who is the coordinating secretary for the Ghana National Union of Technical Students. So let me start with you first. Musa, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. What exactly were you doing? We saw a number of things you wrote, Channel 1 TV, you wrote. Tell us about this.
All right, so thank you, Philip. This is a system. We believe we, the students in the technical space, we mostly say that we are done with school, but getting job opportunities sometimes, you'll be in the house, is a little bit challenging.
Very true.
So as a student leader in the field of technical education, I thought it wise to bring up a system. And the name of the system is Gig Ghana.
Okay.
So this is a platform where, let's say you have a skill in broadcasting. I have a skill in graphic designing. My brother have a skill in engineering. So you can hop onto the system, create an account, list all your skills. So if a man is out there in need of a painter, but struggling to get a painter, he'll just hop on the software, go to find talent, then try to get us, try to go through the available individuals who are listed over there to maybe everybody then his or her preferences. So the person will go in based on the location, someone will go in based on the pricing and the whole lot. So basically that's the idea about Gig Ghana. So when you hop onto the system, we have where you can search for
the skill or the
profession.
Okay.
You can search based on the region or city too as well. You can also search based if you want the person to be working for you full time, if the person is verified or not. So basically that's the idea about Gig Ghana for skills personnel who are out there seeking for job. You just hop on, create an account, and we those who are in need of the personnel to will hop in.
You also hop on and see. But I'm sure that this gig actually came. What inspired the name Gig? Because I know gig is like getting a contract or getting some movement or something.
All right. So we believe that Ghana here, mostly the boys, it's a street language.
Yeah.
Like,
you get some gig.
I get gig. I get gig for you. I get gig for you. So mostly. We those in the field of photography and computer technology, we mostly use that word. So I decided to make use a name that resonates with Ghanaians. So that's the idea behind this. And besides, you asked about the Channel 1 TV.
Yeah.
So that's the dashboard for the clients who are in need of the personnel.
Oh, okay.
So let's say Channel 1 TV is in need of a personnel. Channel 1 TV can create an account, and this will be Channel 1 TV's dashboard. Channel 1 TV can also can post a job. Maybe he's searching for a personnel, but the person is not available.
Well, we had to break into this and bring you the 3I Summit that is happening at Destiny Arena here in Accra. We understand the governor is currently speaking. Let's bring you that feed.
Not only articulated, but effectively aligned through strong partnerships and sustained investment.